I mean, Metallica's in the fucking news right now, so it was legitimately fitting that the first thing that fucking popped up as a song I haven't heard in 20 fucking 3 years.
I don't think I've ever heard that, and I like the way it introed.
It was from Load. I haven't listened to Load in
Good tune.
20-something years, dude. Legit. I need to go back and revisit that album, because I bought that. That was one of the first CDs I ever bought. Like CDs, not albums, but like CDs. And I haven't listened to it in a long, long time. So I need to go back and listen to that album. So there you go. Hey, we are the Three Dudes and Cold Brews podcast, and we are about to present to you the top 10 of 2022. You son of a bitches. Surprise. It's a songs to sip to, but like it's 91, I think. But like, is it? Because it's really the top 10.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it down as 91, top 10. First half. So it's really, well, let's get into the intros. I'm Eddie Vegas.
And I'm Steve, a.k.a. Fork Tongue.
Ray in the house, other known as Dobby.
And tonight begins our long journey into the top 10 of 2022. It's been a hell of a year for music. It's been a hell of a year for heavy music. It's been a hell of a year for the weird shit we all listen to. So we don't do a top 10 metal. We just do a top 10. It can be literally any fucking genre. And I like it the way we do it, because we could do a top 10 metal, and that's fine, because 90% of what we listen to nowadays is metal. But I like these shows because we all seem to kind of hit each other with stuff we've never played before, which is kind of cool. So today's episode, follow us on this journey, because we're each going to play to you our 10 through 6 in our top 10. And the next week, or the following show, you can listen to 5 through 1. And the way we do it in these episodes is we're going to do 2 apiece when we play them instead of our normal 1-1-1. So it's going to be like, I'm going to start the show off, for instance, tonight. Eddie Vegas's picks are going to be first. So it'll be like 2 from me, 2 from Steve, 2 from Ray. Unless we go counterclockwise, but that's going to really make my brain a little acoustic. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go clockwise like we normally would.
I think you meant autistic.
No, I meant the way I said it, because that's the nice way to say it in my house.
Oh, okay.
When microphones are live.
Just call it that tism.
I just say acoustic. So that's what my daughter says, because it's funny. But yeah, we can call it whatever you want. The spectrum, whatever you want. So it makes my brain go, something's not right.
Full spectrum.
A lot of it's been happening lately. That's all I'm saying. These guys are starting to catch on. Maybe it's a lot more brain damage than what anybody would realize I had. Anyways, and again, not knocking anything. It's just simply me being like, hey, man, my brain's fucked. So, like, again, tonight I'm going to start off, so you'll hear my 10 and 9, and then you'll hear Steve's 10 and 9, and Ray's 10 and 9, and then we'll stop, we'll talk about them, and then we'll go into 8 and 7, blah, 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 and then our 6 will be 1-1-1. So you'll hear those kind of in, like, rapid fire.
Yeah.
So if you're not following along somehow...
if they're not following along to the numbers, at least they're hearing some good tunes.
You're gonna. These are the most jam-packed music episodes you get every year. Yeah. We give you. These are normally overinflated because I talk a lot.
Plus 5 songs each instead of 3.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to talk about. This is a pretty wild year for music and life in general. The fucking floodgates opened this year, and all the people still worried about things that happened 2 years ago. Guess what, motherfuckers? Your time is ending, or ended. Yeah. It's ended a long time ago. Just live your life, please.
I've seen a lot of people wearing masks lately. I haven't.
That's what I was getting
at. That.
And it's whatever, whatever.
I just don't know where it's coming from.
I do, but it doesn't matter.
Is it because they released the Lord of War?
No, it's irrelevant. I'm trying. Here's my resolution for 2023. I don't make resolutions. I just make goals. But here's a resolution for the show. I'd like to get us back on track to just be like a show again. Like with like certain political things are fine. Like certain buzz things that are happening. Like I would love to talk about the Alex Jones Kanye thing. But by the time this gets released, that's going to be so out of fucking print. It doesn't matter. But like when we get back up to speed, which we should be. We're also going to add a video portion to this soon too. I did get a camera from my a trial camera from my little laptop. I haven't had time to spend to set it all up and figure it out. So that's going to be coming. So in the new year, we are going to do. I think the first episode should be our breakdown of our number ones, but like a separate video for it, like not an overinflated version. More like,
Yeah.
hey, we each, because we all have our number ones on vinyl this year, which is the first time that's ever happened. So, spoiler alert for next episode, we are going to, damn. Holy shit. That was real fucking fast. Rosenstrike, dude, he's a bad motherfucker. So, what we're doing right now is we normally make each other listen to our number ones, so we do a full album review on those because that's just what we do for each other. This year we happen to all have the vinyls. We're going to do a swap tonight, almost like a Secret Santa, but not because we know whose albums are what, but we're going to do that. And then at some point in the middle of the week, we're going to do another swap-a-rooney. I'll navigate that if I need to. We'll figure it out.
Wednesday? That works.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. If we can all if we can figure out a way to get them all here on Wednesday, like if you can maybe on your way home, we'll fucking do a swap-a-rooney or something, and then I'll drop off, whatever the different one is to him at work. Or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't work far from here, so that's
no,
gonna be easy.
That's what I figured. So I'll be the one to like navigate, to course all that.
Yeah, that way we'll have a half a week with each of them too.
Yeah, because I'm gonna give. I mean, well, what's nice is, you don't have to listen to. I'm gonna listen to each one vinyl and digital, at least once.
I'll probably do vinyl, digital, vinyl headphones.
Interesting. I don't have that option. I would love to. I need a. Wait, so 3 times? Do you mean, or the vinyl you're gonna listen to on headphones?
3 times.
Interesting.
I'll do vinyl, digital, and then vinyl with headphones.
That's a really interesting thing.
I think there is a headphone thing in the back of that.
There is. The problem is you need a power source. I've tried it.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I've asked you before about the power source. I need to get like a little preamp.
Yeah.
Because the headphones aren't
I'm wondering
powered.
if I could plug this 3.5 into the back of my Kenwood to do that.
To listen on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if I.
You don't have one in the front?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm positive you can.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I do it at home.
So, what I'll do is I'll do what I normally would do, and I have different situations where I listen to music. So I'll listen to the vinyl here, which is where I'll like veg, kind of chill out, and then the digital version I'll listen to probably in my car, maybe like watching the ocean or for a ride or something. Each one, and then if I have time for a third, maybe I'll do a gym trip of each album. So we'll see. I'll try to do what I can. I'll do my best for it, but I'm gonna at least give it each one 2 spins. So.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you're a nerd like us, look forward to it. Otherwise, skip ahead a couple weeks because fucking the next couple of episodes are gonna be pure music nerdness. Yeah. So that aside, lots of music news. The Pantera tribute reunion, whatever the fuck you want to call it, has officially happened. There have been 3 shows now, as far as I know. I think the 4th one is tonight.
Has anybody watched more than the first one?
I've watched a real quick small clip from something that happened last night, and it sounded the best out of anything that I've heard so far. It was Walk, and it sounded very good. But it was in an enclosed arena versus the first 2 shows were outdoors. And I gave the pass to the first performance because the fucking emotions must be insanely high for all those guys. So,
and it's not like the first show was bad.
No, it wasn't at all. It was actually very surprising. Yeah. The superstar out of all this so far is Charlie Benante.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I fucking did not expect that. Because he does not play like that in Anthrax. No. I've seen him twice now. I've listened to the band a million times. We all have. He does not play like that.
No.
He sounds just like Vinny. It's fucking wild. Mm-hmm. He's using the same setup kit, because Vinny used to use bigger toms, bigger drums, so everything sounded louder. And he even he had a different stick technique. He turned the sticks upside down. So the fat end of the stick that you would normally hold, he hit the fucking drums with. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like, and it does. It sounds louder when you do that. I've done it in person.
He's doing that.
I don't know that. I don't know. That's the only thing I don't know. But I'm just saying, as far as Vinny's technique, that's how he sounded so fucking big.
Yep.
I've heard somebody speculate that they think Charlie's using triggers, which are fine. I mean, a lot of bands use those.
Yeah.
They don't. It's not fake sound. It amplifies the sound. So you can kind of tune it to whatever you want. So anytime you hear when you're at a live show, if you hear a that fucking snare, almost like having an echo on one hit or something, or if you're seeing somebody do a fucking like kind of like a rototom thing.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's got like an echo behind it. Those are triggers. Or most famously, one of the drummers that brought triggers to the forefront of music is Raymond Herrera from fucking Fear Factory. He used triggers. That's how he had that like on his kick drums, like that fucking sound that he had in Demanufactured. Speaking of which, I listened to that album for the first time in a long time the other day. God fucking damn it, does that shit hit?
Yeah.
Why is it $75 on vinyl?
Because they did a fucking 3 LP
That nobody wants.
with live shit and remixes.
Yeah, nobody wants
No, just give me the fucking. I just want the album. I don't want to
That's it.
remaster. I
Nope.
don't want everything. I want it exactly how it came.
Because still hands down their best album. Like, not even a fucking question. That is their masterpiece. It was my favorite, one of my favorite albums when I was growing up. It fucking holds up better than
I'd
most
have to
things.
go back and listen because that was one of those albums that got a lot of hype. And when I heard it, I was like, I like other Fear Factory stuff better.
I'd be interested to hear what you guys think.
Because I like Obsolete.
I love Obsolete.
Obsolete's very good.
Yeah.
Obsolete, I think I like more now
Obsolete
as an
is
adult.
where
but-
I got basically like my fucking wings with Fear Factory.
I'd be interested. You got to move up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see both you guys compare.
Soul
the
of a
two
New
if you haven't.
Machine, though, I still like that too.
I have a hard time listening to that album though. I get where everybody likes it, but I
Yeah.
do have a hard time listening to that album though.
That's in the clearance bin too at Newberry Common. Instead
Oh,
of being
really?
like fucking $60 now, it's like 40.
Soul of a New Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not want to add on vinyl, but Obsolete I would. Digimortal I wouldn't mind owning on vinyl just because of nostalgia reasons. But Demanufactured is their fucking album. Like it's like their vulgar display power. Like it came out in the same time frame. The 90s was a wild fucking time for music, dude.
I remember the first time someone told me to listen to them. I listened to it and I didn't know they had like the electronic remixes and shit. And I put it on. I'm like, what
Oh,
the
the
fuck
wrong
is
one?
this?
Yeah. That's not the way to go.
No.
Anyways. Although HD doesn't do her a lot of justice, huh? No? A lot of fake going on or something. I don't know. The nose job doesn't do anything. Anyways, yeah, the first album I ever heard by them was Obsolete. And I remember being like, what the fuck is this? And then I went back and I bought that album and I liked it, but I picked up Demanufactured just because I was like, oh, well, let me see what they have.
Yeah.
And fucking, I mean, it absolutely blew my mind, man. And it still does. Because nothing sounded like that back then.
No.
That was the only, they were so original at the time.
I mean, nobody really sounds like them now. People have tried, but you can tell, it's Fear Factory or it's not.
I think it depends on what kind of genre of music you listen to. So, like, I hear a lot of bands trying to sound like them. And when
Oh, I
they
do.
realize-
I hear them trying, but you can always tell Fear Factory apart from those trying.
Yeah,
to be them.
yeah. I just the problem is like essentially what Fear Factory became gent, what that genre is now.
Right.
They just
and
did it
a
before
lot
that
of the
avails.
gent people don't acknowledge that fact.
Which blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well, they gave it to Meshuggah, which
No.
bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know who. I honestly don't know. I know
I don't know
Meshuggah's
who
90s.
likes Meshuggah. I don't get it.
A lot of musicians.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like I get the timing thing. I get why
Yeah.
people like respect them, but dude, no. I
not
mean,
good music,
the most boring music ever.
Yeah.
It really. I mean, it really is boring. It's just fucking. I just don't get it. And I like a lot of music like that.
Yeah.
What I see him, I've seen him live at Worcester and shit, and just like,
I'm sure it's impressive live.
even then, no, you're just
No.
kind of waiting because you know you're hearing the same time
loud.
signatures and everything. Over and over again. You're just
Like,
waiting for it
it's-
to be over to see what you want to see.
The thing is, it's impressive because to be able to play that live the way they do without backing tracks, from what I understood, they play everything legitimately live. It's like when you saw Fear Factory in the 90s. Like, they were playing that music. Like, again, there was no drum tracks. There weren't any drum machines, rather, I should say. Like, they would use, like, tracks later on. Once Digimortal, once they were touring with that, I saw them have, like, a keyboard player and shit. So he would, like, add to things. But, like, the drums you fucking heard were the drums they played live. Same thing with, like, Soulfly back in the day. Same thing with fucking Sepultura back in, like, they were, you know, you heard the music the way it was supposed to be heard.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're way off on a tangent now. Oh, you know what else I listen to? I've been going through some fucking weird phases. I listened to, ready for this, boys? Toxicity from System of a Down for the first time ever from front to back. I've never listened to that entire album from front to back.
I haven't
ever.
either, and I should, because there's songs from them I really, really like, and then there's other ones I'm like, but I might have a different perspective on it now.
I think I'm glad I never listened to it 20 years ago. because I
Toxicity
would've
is
hated
an
it.
album that I had to, with most of the early or late 90s, I should say, is go back and literally fucking file down like 6 songs out of fucking 12 songs of an album that I like, and the rest of it I just fucking don't.
I don't hate any of the album. The couple points in the album where I'm like, that's just sounds cheesy to me. I even kind of go, yeah, but the lyrics are very poignant, and they're as poignant now as they've ever
Now,
been.
why did you go back and listen to Toxicity?
Because it popped up.
Yeah, all right.
So on my
I was wondering if the reason why you did that is because what was there was an episode on Joe Rogan with Rick Ross or whatever, fucking where they go
yeah,
back
but
and listen to it.
that popped up, but no. So once in a while, if I'm just sick of everything else that I'm
Did you
listening
mean
to,
Rick Rubin?
Rick Rubin,
yeah.
excuse me, Rick Ross.
He also has interviewed Rick Ross. But yeah, Rick Rubin. That was a good episode. No, so I was just I just needed something fucking different at the gym the other day. I needed some different like motivation. And I was like, sometimes I'll just look through my homepage. My homepage will have like hits from the 90s, and it'll be like Megadeth and whatever. And then it'll be like hits from the early 2000s. And like I just happened to see that. I was scrolling through and I had like Slipknot and fucking Fear Factory and bands like that. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden that album popped up, and I'm like, well, I've legitimately never listened to this album ever.
No.
And I was a big flag bearer for the first album when it came out. I have all their signatures upstairs.
I haven't listened to an album from them, period. I only know the stuff that I heard on the radio.
The first album actually holds up. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I listened to that about 6 months ago at the gym for the first time in about 20 years.
Yeah.
And
I like that album.
It's raw. Like raw. Like it fucking surprised the shit out of me. It doesn't sound compressed at all, and it doesn't sound like... It's way different than I remember it sounding. It just... I look at music in a lot different light now.
Yeah.
So when I hear things now, it's I can kind of like pick things apart, in a much more mature way than I was able to 25 years ago, obviously, when I was young. But like legitimately my palate has gotten so much wider and more vast as well. So that fucking Italian sandwich is a fucking bullshit.
Dude,
bullshit.
Get the fucking one they have at Wendy's right now. I'm telling
I know
you.
you told me that was bomb.
Yeah.
Listen, have you not downloaded the fucking app for BK yet? Your boy,
I still haven't.
Dude, your boy fucked up another bacon big king. Dude, the medium meal, $10. That fucking burger is massive. Mm-hmm. It's huge, dude.
Yeah.
That burger alone is worth $10. If you go to a fucking Five Guys,
like half a pound of bacon on the fucking.
They're
thing.
fucking huge, man. It's fucking huge. And then you gotta, because their medium fry is the size of a fucking large, and their fucking medium drink is literally an extra large drink. Yeah. It's fucking like almost 40 ounces of fucking soda. It's retarded. But $10 on the app.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah,
the burger alone is
13,
that much.
14.
Now
more
without
than
the
that.
app, what is it?
Probably close to $15 for the meal.
Yeah. And if you lodge them like I do, it's another fucking $3-4.
You're close to $20 for a fucking BK meal, dude.
Yeah.
Or the app for $10, man.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. That's worth it. That's worth it. And then they do like buy one get one onion ring for $1. They do all kinds of fucking.
I just don't like Burger King.
I do. I got to be honest. Out of all the fast food, I think they're the best.
Taco Bell and Burger King. Taco Bell wins.
Taco Bell's. I'll tell you what. I've eaten them a couple times lately. Their menu right now is awful. It's awful. They're like in between or something.
They have that thing nobody's heard of but Ray.
No, but that's not even on there. I looked for it the other day. It's not there.
Yeah, it's gone. I told
What
you.
the fuck is
November
it?
30th.
Enchilada.
Enchilada. Yeah.
I went.
Was that Nolan's fucking like jam back in the day?
No, it was only his jam because me and him were both big fans of the chili cheese burrito. Then I turned when they got rid of that, the enchilada was like the next best thing.
Yeah.
So I turned them on to those, and because they were bomb, my mouth is watering.
For a buck and change, and now they're like 4 and change.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
They're gone. They're gone. Though.
Yeah,
they're gone.
You fucking. It was never there. I've been eating Taco Bell the whole time. I never saw that thing on the menu.
No, they brought it back for like a week. I swear to God. I fucking had. Jesus Christ. Mm-mm. You're saying that it didn't happen.
No.
It was there.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
False.
You can keep on dreaming, buddy.
You have a lot of Taco Bell, huh?
Well, Taco Bell, honestly.
No, I mean Ed.
I get the $2 the grilled chicken, whatever the $2 grilled chicken burrito. I get them
from
all the time.
now on, just 4 fucking hard
It's
taco
dude.
Supremes.
It's fucking
4 hard taco Supremes. It's very hard to fuck up.
Fuck out of here. They fuck it up every time because the goddamn shell cracks in half and you can't fucking eat it. I refuse to buy a hard taco from there anymore. And they used to be my favorite.
Pretty much all I ever get is a fucking whatever burrito they have at the time, or
the $5 meals normally you can't fuck up, but I'm so fucking done with the goddamn 5-layer burrito, dude. If I never have to eat another one of those again, I'm
chicken chalupa
good.
last week. It was fucking cardboard. It
Last
was
time-
literally hard as a rock.
I fucked with some
I had to
chalupas
literally
a couple
bite
months ago.
into it.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt like I was gonna lose my teeth.
Last time
out.
I had a chalupa, the fucking thing was like it had like grease. So
Yeah.
it was like eating a sponge. I was like,
not
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
But they have a $2 Chipotle Ranch grilled chicken burrito, and it's got this like again Chipotle Ranch sauce in it, and it's lettuce, cheese, some like tortilla strips, like red tortilla strips, grilled chicken, and they fucking grill it like on the press. Which anything they do that to I like. I think like the fucking the old remember the old
I used to ask for everything like that.
me too. Remember the old fucking they used to do the grilled the like XL grilled burrito or whatever that had like fucking everything in it.
Yeah.
Grilled stuffed burrito.
Yeah.
That shit was bomb. Why they get rid of that? I don't know because it was delicious. But this thing, they're $2. I buy 2 of them. It's $4. It holds me over. It's if you look up like nutrition facts wise, it's really not all that bad. It's a couple hundred calories. It's probably 400 or 500 calories. A lot of protein because of the chicken. Hey, look, fake chicken or not, I don't give a fuck. It does the trick. And if I'm like starving, boom, 2 of them, no problem. In and out, $4. You can't fucking go wrong.
Tried that fucking
So I get those a lot. That's what
the
I'm getting.
McDonald's fucking quarter pounder. The
The smoky bacon one.
pretty good.
it was
Dude,
pretty bad.
their quarter pounder burgers are fucking delicious.
Everything else is dog shit. But yeah.
I do enjoy their McDoubles.
Yeah, they're just not.
I don't know
filling.
why. No, they're not. You have to eat 4.
Yeah.
But right now they're doing a 2 for $3 where you can get a bacon McDouble.
Dude, we should just have.
I just lost my fucking
Fuck a music podcast. Let's just fucking chat about food.
Oh, we can 100% change gears anytime you guys want. Because every fucking time this is what we do. But yeah, a bacon McDouble for the same price as a regular McDouble. Yo, fuck yeah, I'm gonna have some fucking bacon on my shit. Fuck you, boy. And you
You
throw
want an extra slice of cheese? That's $3.
it's so stupid. For a double cheeseburger, it's like fucking $4. But for a McDouble, with only 1 slice of cheese, which is fine with me, I throw away half the bun anyways. Whatever. Anyways, enough about food. Fucking. Hey, but at least we're all on the same page, right, guys?
Yep.
I had twisted pizza for the first time in a long time today. Oof.
Yeah, rough.
Oof.
Not that good.
Depends on the pizza slice that I had. They overcooked the barbecue chicken pizza. It was like cardboard and fucking burnt. And then they
Go grab one.
They had something else because every Saturday they get pizza at my work. Normally they go with Papa Gino's because it's right next door. God damn it! If I never have another fucking piece of Papa Gino's again, I'll be okay. But they've done like Famous Pizza lately, which is real good. Famous in Coventry, fucking or West Warwick, whatever, real nice. Anyways, we started talking about the Pantera thing and ended up talking about fast food.
We always end up in
Yeah.
somewhere along the line.
Normally regular Steve will steer us right, but edible Steve's happening right now, so we got a little problem there. So I'm okay with the footage that I've seen so far. I think I said this in a message board. I got up at 6:00 in the morning the Saturday after the first show, which was last Saturday, so I could try to listen to whatever streams popped up because I knew they were going to happen. And I was very pleasantly surprised with just about all what I heard. Was it perfect? No. Does it fucking matter? No. It's completely changed my opinion on this entire thing. The music deserves to be heard loud. It deserves to be heard live. And it deserves to have an arena feel like it's getting. That's why this should be happening. That's why this should have been happening for the last 20 years.
What's your opinion of Zach so far?
I have issues, but I'm not letting them bother me. Every show he's gotten better. Every show he's gotten a little more direct, and I'm giving him a pass because he's also one of the busiest guys in metal right now.
Yeah.
Legitimately, the fucking guy, like, he was in Mexico last week. The next day, he was up in L.A. doing some fucking Jimi Hendrix birthday fucking bash thing. And then he was back down. Like, he's in February, they're doing another leg of the Anthrax fucking BLS tour, which I'm going to try to take my mom to in Mohegan Sun. Like, the fucking guy doesn't stop. He was on the new Ozzy album. Like, he really has been working his ass off.
So I haven't clicked on any of it, but I've seen that there's been like a lot of like heated videos against it. Like, what
Don't fucking-
No, I could care less. I'm just asking your
Yeah,
personal
I don't-
opinion on that.
I won't watch any of it because I'm over it. Because
It's not even just that. It's in everything. It's in video games. It's in music. It's in
Listen,
fucking.
that's
There's
just-
always
that's all it
going
is,
to be
click, yeah.
people
Listen,
who are going
I'm
to
as
fucking.
I'm
like,
as
hate
big
on
of a Pantera fan as you'll ever meet. I would imagine you guys would probably agree, at least acknowledge that. Whether you agree or not, you would probably acknowledge the fact that they were my favorite band ever.
Yeah.
Right? I've gone on record many times to say it. It's not Pantera. It's a Pantera tribute.
Yeah.
Call it whatever you want. The fucking music deserves to be heard. It really, really does deserve to be fucking heard.
Yeah.
And I think Phil, whatever he did to get himself in shape for this, did a good job. He sounds the best.
Because I hear other
in a long
people
time.
saying they like it a lot too. So
Yeah.
you know.
He sounds the best
The
he's heard in a
people
long
that
time.
don't like it are people who are being either super nitpicky about Zach.
Yep.
And, because he sounds like Zach.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
He is the biggest problem. And I knew that was going to happen.
But it's not he's doing Zach things. He just has Zach tone, and
Yeah.
it just sounds like Zach no matter what.
It's both. So he's not playing the solos directly, but he's also
No, he's not.
He doesn't have to. And I'm actually, now that I've seen a couple shows, I'm actually glad that he's not, because he can't sound like Dime. He doesn't have that hand. He doesn't even, his rig is different. Like he's using Dime's rig. He's using a lot of the same stuff. He's using like a noise, what is it? A fucking noise suppressor. He's using a lot of things. One thing he's not though, he did say he was going to use a Dime guitar, and he's not. He's using one of his guitars. He's got a Dime bottom half guitar, because he's got his own guitar line. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. It's called like Berserker or whatever. But he's got his own guitar line that he plays, and he's got one that's like a tribute to Dime, and the bottom forks are Dime's forks, but the top half have like a fucking almost like devil horns in it. And if you look at the guitar, the bottom half is the same shape as Dime's guitar, but it's not the same. And he doesn't use like Dime had his own like humbuckers, and Dime had his own fucking cabinets, and he had his own all of his own equipment. And he also used to use a fucking what's called a floating tremolo whammy bar. And I'm not going to get super nerdy into this because we've already fucking eaten up enough of your time talking about fast food, but Zach does not use one of those. He doesn't need one. All those crazy pinch harmonics that he hits, which is Zach Wild's thing, he doesn't need that.
Right.
That crazy like high pitched squeal shit that fucking Dime used to do was he would hit a pinch harmonic, literally like flick it with his finger, and then rip his fucking. He would like plan it out right. Like he would hit the pinch harmonic with his fret finger. He would slightly pull in with the whammy bar and then rip it way back, because when you pull in towards the guitar, you loosen the string, so it's like wah, like that, like it loosens them up. When you pull it the other way, you're stretching, so it's wah, like you get that crazy fucking sound, right? So he would perfectly time like a wow, like the way he just did it. Like so, when you hear like, well, Becoming's different. Becoming is done with a wah pedal, but there you go. There's how much of a fucking nerd I am. Like I can talk about this shit forever. I didn't know I talk a lot, but when I talk about shit like this, people go, "Oh fuck, I didn't know Ed knew this kind of stuff."
Yeah,
I don't play guitar.
right.
Anyways, but Dime had this technique that he's like the only person that can do it, and
if he tried to sound like Dime, it probably would sound like.
it would sound horrible.
Yeah,
It wouldn't sound right. So
Right.
just play. Fine, be Zach. That's okay.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with him making the solos passable for his style. That I don't have a problem with.
his solos haven't been close at all.
No, not even a little
Not
bit.
even a little bit.
Which I'm actually like now I'm okay with it. It's the main riffs. The first show he fucked up like simple riffs. But
They
like
fucked up something on the second show, because the reason I asked you if you've watched like
I
at
haven't
least
watched
two
the second
shows
show.
yet. The second show they fucked up, and after the song, I think it was This Love, the ending where it's real slow. And I don't know if Charlie was off or Zach was off, but something was off.
it's probably Zach.
Probably. But he at the end he's like, "All right, sorry, this is our second show. We're gonna do that again," which is cool. I love seeing shit like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Just hey, all right, acknowledge you fucked up.
Yeah,
It's
and
that
you know
bad.
what?
If you want to do it again, do it again.
You know what else? That means they're actually playing the music.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's why I like it.
Yep.
Because it sounds human.
Yep. Fuckable. That's why I don't mind any of this, man.
I'd rather see a fuck up than a Milli Vanilli.
Yep.
I'd rather hear fucking Phil at 80% like he is right now than fucking than him singing to a track or
fuck up
something.
than blame it on the rain.
Yeah, get the fuck out of
He
here, man.
he sounds much better than he did, a few years ago.
He sounds better than when we saw him live a couple years ago. Like he sounds the best.
And he sounded good then. We
He
thought he
didn't sound
sounded
Because
good
of
then.
his sobriety, mainly.
No, he's not sober.
No.
He's sober, like
Yeah.
He's like
feeling,
like
he's
off of
feeling
drugs.
something.
yeah, he's feeling
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sober. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like green and sober.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not, as far as I'm aware, He's
As long as he's not on heroin.
I still watch interviews with him all the time, and you know when he's on heroin.
Yeah.
And when he's not. It's very easy
I don't
to
think
tell.
he's done that in a long time. He smokes a lot of weed, and he'll drink once in a while.
But I haven't seen him be foggy at all.
No.
in a long time.
That's been going for probably almost 15 years.
Oh, no, I've seen him, like, I'd say more like 8 years, 8 to 10. Because I've seen him pretty foggy.
Well, he was on pills for a while because of his back.
Yeah.
So, like, it's the same thing. Oxy's fucking heroin.
But I don't think he does much of anything other than smoke and...
I think he smokes weed,
like
but
that.
not as much as what everybody thinks he would nowadays. And I think he drinks occasional, but it's not like crazy. He'll have a beer or two. He doesn't drink like he did.
I hate seeing him on stage in the old man fucking Crocs and shit like that.
He's got like he was wearing like gloves the first show and like a
so-
scarf. It was really weird.
Yeah,
but he can't move the way he did.
No, of course not.
And fucking Rex is like a skeleton. He's a fucking But he sounds great though. It's fucking Rex Brown. He's one of the best bassists of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Benante, man, he is the fucking star of the show, dude. I can't believe it how good he sounds.
Speaking of, since we're talking about it, the little documentary we watched on YouTube,
Oof.
the Gibson documentary.
Yeah, it's a rough
on
watch.
Rex.
Very, very good.
Very good, and rough the last 20 minutes or so.
I'll tell you what, it redeemed a lot of my light on Rex. I've been down on him for a couple of years. When he did that solo, I think we talked about this recently. He did that solo project, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
He came off as like fucking arrogant or something. It was really weird.
Mm-hmm. He didn't come off that way at all in this.
No, not at all.
The opposite, actually.
Yeah, very, very caring, a little kind of somber. You know, it was a beautiful interview, man. Because you don't hear his side all that often. Because even his book, he's even said come out and said that he regrets.
Yeah,
he didn't necessarily lie, but he kind of like fibbed a couple stories and like made the book about things that really like about like shit with Vinny and stuff. I don't know. But no, this is the first time I've heard him talk about his side of a lot of that shit. I've never heard him say it.
Yeah.
Like, when he talked about going with Phil to get MRIs for Phil's back, he's like, dude, his back was jacked up. I saw it. He's like, and the brothers didn't want to take that for an answer, but the fucking dude, you know, like, he's never said that before. I've never heard him, and never one interview. Dude.
There was definitely some new stuff in there.
Yeah, a lot of it, man.
I didn't know, on a later tip, I didn't know he's not a fan of Trendkill at all, the album.
No, me either. That shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not either, because he's more of like a groove kind of, rock and roll
It's
player.
a very straightforward album. Very heavy, and that is the only album, as far as I'm aware, they didn't record together at all. Like, at all. Like, with Phil anyways. Because Reinventing was the only album they recorded in Dime's studio, and Vinny produced it. And that's the only album that wasn't put out major label with Terry Date. And that, I listened to both of them actually this morning. I definitely hear a difference, but it's not. We're gonna do a blind taste test on that eventually, which I want to do because I'm dying to see, just to see what we all get.
We'll do that after we wrap up all the end of year shit.
Yeah, the first show we get with Gary, we're gonna do.
And we're probably gonna do I don't think we talked about it on air. We're gonna do a disappointments of the year also.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about that. When we do, we
I don't
normally
think
have.
we were on air for that though.
No, we weren't. We normally have 3 shows at the end of the year to wrap up the year. We do the top 10. We split it into 2 shows, and then we do an honorable mention show, which are like EPs, honorable mentions, whatever else you want to do. And then on that show, I think we're going to talk about our disappointments of the year, if we have any, because we've never done that. Almost like what's that thing in Seinfeld, the fucking Festivus for the rest of us?
Yeah.
Remember? Come on, guys, I can't be alone.
I remember.
Fucking, are you a Seinfeld fan?
Yeah. I can't fucking go. I can't do the quote thing and all the.
No, you don't need to be.
Yeah,
I just
but
did.
I like Seinfeld.
I don't think I don't know a lot of people that, like. I personally don't know a lot of people that like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I watch it all the time. It's on fucking Netflix.
I mean, there's a million episodes I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But I like.
Doesn't matter what. Yeah,
I
I'm
like
not
Seinfeld.
saying like, are you a super fan? I'm saying like, are you a fan?
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
nowadays, that's kind of one of those things. Is like people are like, oh, well, fuck it, I don't like Seinfeld. Like Friends, that show fucking sucks. Sorry, Matt Shoddy. I know you love that show. I know that's your thing. I don't get that show at all. But I don't have to.
No, you don't.
I could refresh my drink and I could pee, and I know we need to go into music. Should we pause for 2 seconds and just go right into music?
Sure.
So, because I know I need one. Anybody else need one?
I just grabbed one, but yeah,
We'll do that.
We're gonna pause, but the next thing you hear is gonna be my first 2 songs.
Yes.
So we'll see you when we're done. You're gonna hear 6 songs.
You won't even know we were gone.
rainbows on the window panes, and the wind spins circles in the empty street. Shining while steeples rise from the ground. Ring all the bells you made, and brace for the kiss of mercy ground. By the paper mail she wanders, singing melodies to the clouds. A changes and nothing lasts. I'm tired of trying to forgive. Turn over the empty hourglass. Hope to forget what was said. When I search for answers, questions are all I find. Wish I knew what I needed to do this time.
Motherfucker. There you go. I don't have my full-blown voice right now. I'm sorry. But it's better than motherfuckers normally can do, all right? So suck my dick. Motherfucker. Yeah, I could probably go a little bit deeper if I really wanted to. I'm just not paying attention. I need to just throw on some bullshit.
Do it.
But, like, I don't know what to throw on. Yo, this Elvis movie is fucking great.
I've heard it's good.
It's very good. But you need to, like, watch it. So I don't want to put that on. I really... Like, I'd be interested in doing, like, a movie day.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's just fucking dope. It's very impressive how good it was. I thought it was good, anyways.
Throw on some goofy random action.
Yeah. Throwing the Batman? Sure. I mean, fucking... Might be movie of the year. Or close to.
Yeah.
Top fucking 3? No? We all saw it, right?
Yeah.
No, we saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at it a lot. I watched it twice, actually.
Fucking...
And I never do that.
I know. Real quick, before we start, I know Steve brought some vinyl with him because he has some of his top 10 on vinyl already, and a lot of us do. But it just so happens that two of us just played the same band.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get it real
Oh,
quick
really?
so we can
Okay.
look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not catch the...
Wait, really?
No?
I'll wait then. Should I wait to go get it?
I think I know who it is. Is it Clutch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I have it on vinyl. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
if
both
you wanna
put.
go get it, yeah.
Well, because I knew you were going to pass around yours, so I didn't. Should I do that? Because
Yeah,
to
yeah,
add to
if
it.
you want.
All right. I just knew that.
Yeah,
that's
I'll
why
just
you
go
brought
on. Yeah.
yours.
It's a great album.
I actually thought...
The funny thing is it's funny that it both hit on me and Ed's like 10 and 9 or whatever fucking.
Yeah.
Because like this album, it's a great album, but with so many fucking releases, it was like, is it gonna make the list?
Mm-hmm.
And then also
probably
came
all
in,
of our number 10s.
then also came in with that was like, where's it gonna fit on my list? And it's funny that both of ours so happen to fucking fall on like, not saying it's, you know, it fell
Yeah,
on
bottom
as
10.
the bottom 10.
I feel like we have the same reason though, or
Yeah.
we'll probably have a similar reason.
Well, it's funny that I thought both songs were good. No spoilers on notes, but I
Yeah.
thought both songs were good. And the second song, I immediately thought Clutch. I did not think that about the first song.
All right.
I'm actually glad to hear that. I'm hoping.
Mercy Brown.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that. So, I do have that album. I did ended up picking up. I got it for like $20 or something.
Which is a score.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Big fan of Clutch. Me and Ray both have been for a long time.
Yep.
I'll be honest. This is the best album they've put out in years.
Yeah.
Like in a long time. It really is. It might beat. Shit. Was the last real good one? Fucking
Earth Rocker.
yeah. I mean, it might be because they actually. What do I have? The one after that, I have that on vinyl.
Yeah.
That's real good.
The Sons of Virginia and stuff.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, it has that song on it.
To me, always Blast Tyrant's going to be my fucking
That's the best
go-to album.
That's the best album.
But like for newer albums,
This album it's called Sunrise on Slaughter Beach. I think we're gonna get into where it fits in all of our songs, but our list. But I'll be honest, I think two reasons why I didn't make it further up: A, it came out late in the year, and B, I do try to give smaller bands
it's
a
a
credit.
solid album, but at the same time, there's maybe a couple songs on it that didn't really.
Well, I mean, that's why it's number 10.
yeah, exactly. That's
Right. That's part of it. I disagree. I actually do think I don't think there's a skippable song on the album. I don't think it's a perfect album.
Yeah.
That's why it's 10. But on top of that, I am going to say this now, and I'm going to say this multiple times tonight, that the bottom 5 I could probably change out tomorrow
Yeah, me too.
with another 5. Like I have.
I could probably have a list of another 10 that I could separate.
That's what I mean. So the fact that this made, and I really did try to give more credit to smaller bands this year. Just I mean, not like Our Voice matters, but like Our Voice does matter. And I don't think Clutch needs Our Voice, but it's that good of an album. Like it's that much of a fucking like because their last 2 have been like they're okay, they're albums, you know, but there's something different about this album.
When you can put an album on and not have to change a track,
Not a
and
single
just
one.
put it on and listen to it. That's why it made the top 10.
Yeah, and to seek it out on vinyl.
Yeah.
Let's be real, right? Especially a bigger band like this, to seek it out the way I did.
Yep.
But I'll pass it around. We'll get to it in a minute, but I did start first, and I started it off with Clutch Mercy Brown. So that was the first song you guys heard. It is off of Sunrise
I'll
on Slaughter
give you
Beach.
my notes. It's not much
Yeah.
because obviously it's Clutch. I said not much to say except it's a solid release, and I gave it a 3.
Yeah, Similar to what I gave yours. So put it that way. Yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
Eerie rock feel to start. Gong in the back is cool. Good bluesy vocals. Catchy, uplifting hook. Pace picks up with a cool riff. Really great bass line in the background that shone through nice. There was a nice higher pitch. I think it was female vocals harmonizing
at the
in
end,
the background.
Yeah.
Then there was some female howls that were a nice touch. Best pure rock song I've heard all year. 3.
I agree with you. Legitimately, that one song is what put this on my top 10. That, like, if we were to do a top 5 songs of the year, this is probably number 2 for me. My number 1 didn't even make my top 10. And that's Greg Puciato. I'll give a little bit of a spoiler. He was like 10B. Like, Lowered, the song from Greg Puciato is probably my overall favorite song of the year. Or, I mean, again, interchange them. But there's
Looking
5
at
that are
this
really
now,
good.
I didn't realize the fucking horseshoe fucking fetish on the album cover.
Horseshoe crab.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I always just thought it was like a samurai fucking thing, but until now, it's almost kind of got a New England kind of fucking seafoodish type of fucking thing going on there.
Look at the back. The back, that's what that is.
Yep, right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see the little spine thing? The tail?
Interesting.
This album's fucking amazing, dude.
This one's it's Steve Irwin.
Yeah, no, different. That's a horseshoe crab again. But yeah, no, it's legitimately one of the best albums I've heard from Clutch in probably 15 years. I mean, from start to finish. If you drop the needle, let it happen. This album fucking rips, man. It's really good. They actually added some new stuff for the first time in a really long time, and Mercy Brown alone shows you the difference. Just the organs in the background, the girl singers backing it up. The fact that we're from Rhode Island and Mercy Brown's such a big thing for us, it does help us. But I mean, if that wasn't a thing and this was just a song, like, fuck the lyrics, right? And it was just like, it would still be there for me.
Yep.
And my second favorite song happened to be Raised, which we're not going to spoil. But like, so this album's it's a fucking wall to wall banger. Like, I can't wait for summertime when we're doing sip and spins, cigars on the deck, sunset behind us, burning the back of my neck, and we're fucking ripping this thing. Like, it's that kind of
I
album.
can hear that it's definitely a summer album.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's
Driving album.
it really fucking it deserves its spot in my top 10. It had to fight to be there, like, because it's an obvious for me, you know. But yeah, so I'm really glad that you enjoyed that song, Steve, because I know you're not a big Clutch guy. So the fact
No, I don't know much. I have some notes about that in a second. How I don't really know much Clutch.
well, this is the most unclutched song I think they've ever written. That Mercy Brown.
I think
is.
that's why I don't think you were in here when I was explaining to him. With the second song, I immediately knew. I'm pretty sure this is Clutch.
Yeah.
With this one, I wouldn't have guessed Clutch.
Yeah. So and it's this. I mean, I already said it. This is the song that made this hit top 10 for me. This song, like, fucking. I went and saw The Grave this year because of this song. Like, it did something for me. So anyways, yeah. So go check this album out. It's if you're into like rock and roll, this is the one to see.
Song 2.
Yeah, song 2.
Go for it, Ray.
Go ahead.
Song 2 for Ed, I put little new wave goth, upbeat, eerie, catchy, like the pace. I gave it a 2.75. I didn't really know where to go on notes for this other than I was just trying to soak it in.
Cool. I'm actually glad to hear that kind of a you like you just were into.
Yeah, I was
into
just
it.
trying
Yeah.
to listen to it.
Nice dreamy death rock / post-punk kind of sound. Vocals fit the mood perfectly. Hook is really catchy. I didn't hear much in this style that I liked just this year, but this is really good. End went a little bit long, which I would have gave it a 3. It was 2.9.
I really do agree with that, by the way.
It just repeated itself a little too long.
It could have shaved down to probably about 20 to 30 seconds, which is fucking nitpicking it. Yes, but this is King Dude.
All right.
You see, I thought that, and then I was like, I don't think I've ever heard do something musically in the background like this was.
No,
The
this
voice,
is
I was like, I think that's King Dude.
yeah. This album is this is legitimately my favorite King Dude album. Like, from start to finish, this is the only one of his.
Is this how it all sounds, the music and everything?
A lot of it, yeah. A lot of it. There's still a lot of King Dude. I don't know how else to say that.
I meant to go check that out when we were talking about the 2 albums we liked this year from King Dude.
Yeah, I
But
need to check the one that you
I
sent
need
me.
to check that one out.
We got that would be another thing for the last episode. Maybe like the honorable mentions. Maybe we give each other's albums a fucking chance. This is so he's written a shitload of albums. He puts out fucking stuff every couple months.
Yeah.
But he's got 4 main albums along with the story, and it's I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but I think it's like Life, Sex, something, Death. There's one in there I can't remember for some reason. Sex is probably my second favorite one. I'm pretty sure that's the one that has Velvet Rope on it. This is Death. This is the last one as King Dude. Like, apparently this is, like, he's going to plant his flag here and he's done. He's put out a shitload of albums in between.
Is he going to do something else, or is he just done?
I don't know. You can, good luck finding this.
He's the guy I could see, like, all right, this is the King Dude. Now I'm going to name myself something else kind of thing.
I think he's going to just go as himself.
Yeah.
Like, because he's got stuff out there, apparently, like, as him. But as apparently King Dude's a character.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I read an interview when this album dropped. I didn't know any of this about him. This album, it's called Death. It's, like, hands down, if you're into King Dude, this is the best of all of his albums. Because his albums are weird. Like, he'll do, like, Full Virgo Moon, for instance, which is nothing but him and an acoustic guitar, and it's the most dreary fucking slit your wrist album you'll ever hear.
That's the album, right? When
A couple years ago.
I said that exact
Oh
thing.
my fucking god, is that album hard to... And I like it a lot, but god, fuck it, damn it. It's so hard to listen to. But it's beautiful, right? This is like this. Like, it's a lot of it's like this. Pray for Nuclear War is really good. There's a bunch of really good songs in this. There's 2 songs with chick singers in it that are really good. It almost mimics like what he did with Chelsea Wolfe. This song is called Silver Cord. It's my favorite track in the album. Something about this album haunts me. It's more of a fall, like when it came out like September, I think.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, it came out at the right time, you know, or late year, not too early. And it fucking hits a certain way, and I don't know, man. I love the dude. I love his voice. I love his style. You know, the album, there's a couple songs that get a little long in the tooth, which is his thing. But, yeah, I mean, go check it out. I'd be very interested to hear what Steve thinks of this album, because it's up both of our alley, if that makes sense. And I actually even think Ray would like a lot of this, even though this isn't his normal style of music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, King Dude, man, I can't speak highly enough about it. But it's still only made number 9, so figure that one out.
Great.
It's a mood album. Steve went next. Enough of me talking.
Steve's picks. You want to go first, Ed?
Well, yeah. Summerland, same song I was going to play tonight. my favorite track in this album.
Yep.
Oh, shit, whoops. Got to find a different track now. An easy 3 for me. It's my favorite track in the album.
Nice.
All right, I just put old school, big arena style vocals, Scorpion style sound, leads it big. I give it a 3.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's no fucking...
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a few times now on the show. No surprise.
Yeah,
I figured it was going to be in probably both of ours.
That's the most jealous of...
Summerlands.
I'm jealous the most of that album that you own this year so far. Because I need to buy that.
I'm pretty sure somebody... No, it was Armageddon that had it. It wasn't Dune. It was Armageddon.
Armageddon had it. He said it was like $16 or something.
Yeah, something
and I almost bought it on fucking Bandcamp Friday.
It's a cool color variant, too. I don't
It's
even remember.
great color variant. It's a great album cover. I like that album a lot.
Yeah.
What's the dude, the singer? He's from Mass, right?
Yeah, he was from Magic Circle, which was
That's what
my
it is.
Yep.
number 1 or 2 a few years back. Probably maybe our second year we did the show, something like that. But yeah, I think Magic Circle's all over now, and he's doing Summerlands
Exclusively.
full time.
Yeah.
And what it's him, the dude from Eternal Champion.
Yeah, it's him. It's kind of a super group of
Yeah.
underground. It's him, the dude from Eternal Champion, another dude from Magic Circle. He's also in Dream Unending. He's also in fucking Innumerable Forms. He's in all kinds of shit. And I think another top underground guy too, but I can't think of who it is. It's kind of a super group.
That I know you're probably not familiar with it, but Hammers and Misfortune just put out an album at the end of the year.
So
And
you like that one?
it's interesting. I bought it on record still just to have it.
Yeah.
But it's got a guy, I guess, who's in Crypt Sermon.
Yep.
Not on the whole album, on a few tracks maybe.
I'm jealous of this album.
And then Blake Anderson, I guess.
Hold on to that with
either
very
Vector
tight
or
grips.
Hole or something. The drummer. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were Hammers and Misfortune is one of those bands where everybody
Nice.
raves about them for a long time, and I've tried to listen to them.
I
It's
love
too progressive.
I love their old stuff. The Bastard and Locust Years are
Yeah.
probably 2 of my favorite. But their newer stuff from 17th Street or something like that, and one that came out in 2016, and the latest one I still bought it, but it's not the same sound that they had.
I think it had a long hiatus, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, because this album is actually a few members who've been in the band that haven't been in the band in probably 15 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So
What is it? What's the album again? The
Hammers
band?
of Misfortune.
The band?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, so Summerlands, go check that album out. It's fucking
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
I
And
need.
he said something
I
about
need
the
to
guy
own that
from
album.
Crip Sermons in Eternal Champions too, if I'm correct.
Maybe that's another.
Yeah.
A lot of supergroup
Yeah,
underground going around.
Yeah, Eternal Champion gets a lot of fun. Did you see fucking Eternal Champion Unto Others just played San Francisco or something together?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Fucking mask wearing piece of shit. All right, anyways. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to get into political stuff.
I thought you were talking about Batman.
No. Yes, I was. He's a mask wearing piece of shit.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ray, for saving my life right there. Yeah, the fucking killer album. Ray, you're gonna have to go next right now because somebody just my phone's fucking weird. Right
Go
now.
on, Steve's.
Yeah.
All right, I put raw production, very muddy, lo-fi sounding, purposely, I suppose, chaotic. Can tell if it's brewing something heavy and dark, almost Bersermask. I put interesting direction because I almost had like that Keys type of fucking feeling going on. Didn't see it coming. I give this a 2.7 for its sound. I thought it was interesting.
Some lo-fi, dirty black metal. I put, oof, this is rough. What a drastic change in sound quality. Especially after the first, three songs? 3 songs. I have 2, you have 1.
Yeah.
I just tried to enjoy this for what it was. The basement black metal, it's not my thing. It's never going to be my thing. I respect it for what it is. So it will forever essentially get like an average score for me, an average for us, which we don't use all that often because nowadays we kind of all like all the same shit, this is a great someday they're gonna fucking excavate all of our tapes, which are all digital, and go, this is evolution, because these guys listen to way different shit when they started 5 years ago, and now listen to
I was going to ask you earlier when you were talking about your musical palette being bigger, if it was due to the show.
It's a little bit of both. I've always had a wide music palette.
Right.
I really have. What the show has done for me is it's made me find different outlets to find music. And on top of that, it's refined my love for things like thrash, crossover, and things like that, which legitimately just so happens to be what's hot right now. So it's kind of like it just so happened to happen. Mm-hmm. You know, like again, like a band like Wraith, who I had the shirt on last night. Like, there's a lot of that like crossover shit. I don't want to say too many names because it might pop up on this list somewhere, or a couple of them actually. There's a lot of really good stuff out there right now. So there's a fucking bridge that seems to cross all three of us.
Yep.
That's big right now, and it just so happened. And what a lot of it helped with like things like Midnight. Like when you started playing things like Midnight, I was like, oh shit, well, like I don't know a lot of the Venom style stuff.
It's funny you say that because they did a show about on Banger about that crossover thing being like the thing right now, and they asked for who do you think the top 5 influences of this right now, and I said Midnight. They don't sound like Midnight, but that style of like, hey, this is it's kind of upbeat, not in like a cheesy way, but upbeat, like you can kind of have a good time to it.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of, because they're very popular now, so I think that kind of brought them in, and then they just kind of added the hardcore and crossover.
I think they're a huge, what do they call that? Gateway band,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like I really do. I think that they are a really big flag bearer in that. And they're getting bigger and bigger tours as they go, but I don't think they're getting big enough tours. Like I really don't. I think
agree.
I also think part of it is their shtick, like the whole like we wear like execution
That's like
mask
that,
and things like that.
That band Devil Master.
Yeah.
Well, that's
them,
another.
We saw them with Midnight.
This album, the album that they put out
too.
this year is going to propel them into a bigger platform. It didn't make my top 10, spoiler alert, but it's a very, very good album.
I've yet to listen to a full album from them. There's songs I like, and then there's songs I'm like, I don't like this at all.
I think that's part of my problem. This album that came out this year is very good. It just also came out very early, and there was so much, which we're going to get into. But yeah, I mean, as a whole, I didn't give my score on this one yet, but it's a 1.7 for me, which 1.5 technically is average for us if you go with a 3-point scale. Granted, we use decimal points because we're fucking insane. Well, I'm insane, and I needed to have that. It's not bad. It just would not be anything that would ever hit my radar. So like I go, you know, I kind of look at it like this, like I respect what it's doing, but it's just not my. A lot of my hardcore stuff is like that with you guys,
right?
Like it really is, you know. Like and I get where you guys are coming from with it. Like, oh, the song's too short. I'm like, well, that's hardcore, like, you know.
No, I get it. I mean, that's what I expected. I played this. This was in my top 5 of what did we do? 5 or 10 mid-year.
We did 10. Yeah.
This is in my top 10.
We only played, I think, 3 or 5.
Yeah, something like that. And it stayed there for me throughout the whole year. This is Furious Ignis Decapitate the Aging World. This is the track that I played when you were on Mushrooms, the black metal track.
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh, this took me on a journey.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It kind of looks like the old.
That was...
I had a dream, swear to God, 2 nights ago that we did an entire podcast and we all did mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like, so that means we got to
means
do
it's
it.
gonna happen
We got to
at
do
some
it, man.
point.
I mean, you're not afraid to do that, I would imagine.
No.
We just have to plan it out right where, like, we know, you know, not too
Decapitate
deep,
the
but
aging world.
we have to do it, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the fella that keeps on calling me, he's a big proponent of that. So.
Interesting.
Hi, Sam, I love you. He's going to hear this 6 months from now and go, what the fuck, man? You told me you were doing nothing. I'm like, well, technically, this is nothing. I swear to God that dude's got this album over there right now. That or just looks very familiar.
Possibly. Well, that cover it's very similar to the first demo album, Stormblast.
Yeah. The writing looks familiar to me too.
Even the pictures. The logo.
No, but I mean, even the writing, you're not wrong.
Is this not on Spotify?
No, it's not. I had to play it off YouTube.
Gotcha.
I caught that it was a different method.
Yeah.
The sound quality.
Yeah, I had to change. Well, I mean, the sound quality was like that anyway, but
Yeah.
I had to change over from YouTube to Spotify.
You did it quickly, though. I'll give you that.
Hey, and I'm fucking edible Steve right now, so I was proud of myself.
You have a smile, and I like it. Yeah, your pulse is up to 72.
You sound like Dr. Steve Brule.
You're welcome. These seem to be some of our favorite episodes. So, there you go, guys.
Your pulse is up to 72.
You'd think that I was on mushrooms right now. I'm just hanging on the edge of my couch right now.
That's great.
We definitely need more Sip and Spin nights. Because, like, something like that on a Sip and Spin night might be different if I heard 4 songs in a row. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
But, again, I mean, hey, again, we say this all the time. 1.7. It's not bad. No, like, that's literally average. It'd be like if somebody gave a 3 out of 5 score.
I wouldn't have expected much higher. I mean,
well,
I knew what I was getting into.
Thank you. And same thing with a lot of my fucking hardcore bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's the exact same thing.
Yep.
I know what I'm getting into.
All right. Speaking of
Ray,
getting into,
we're gonna have to do Ray. Quick pause so I can refill and pee, and then back to song, back to music because I'll go with the first track there. Ray's number 10, starting out with some folky country, which is a real nice change, especially with whatever else we heard right before that, which was Steve's black metal basement music. I didn't need to take a lot of notes on this. I just actually let it happen, and I was really digging it. I gave this a 2.8. I like this a lot, actually.
Cool.
yeah, pretty similar. Not a ton of notes. Folky little acoustic blues tune. Not a bad voice, but I wish he had a more full voice, like to widen it.
Yeah,
It needed to be wider.
yeah, that's a really good. I agree with that statement. Yeah.
There was a little banjo or something in the background, and then a plucky solo. I don't know if it was a banjo or guitar, but
Could have been a steel string.
possibly.
Yeah.
I give it a 2.5.
Cool. This is the Sadies. I just bought this on vinyl.
This is that?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
I actually found this before. I actually saw that video with the Metal Meltdown. I like this, and I bought it on vinyl the fucking very same day I heard it. And the whole album, it's real short. It's only 30 minutes long. Supposedly, I guess from what the guy was saying, is the guy died, the singer.
Yeah.
This whole album is just
he
one
has
of
a
those.
deeper voice now.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
6 feet deeper.
Yeah, it's just one of those albums that you can put on start to finish and just fucking like listen to it and like
vibe
it.
up.
Yeah.
Just to throw this out there, too, ready for nerd facts. Facts. We haven't done that in a while. Dine Alone Records. I don't know who owns it, but that's
What is
where
it?
Dine Alone Records,
Yeah.
like you're eating alone, dine
Yeah.
alone, which I think is actually, I believe, if you say it the right way in a Canadian accent, it's like Diane Alone. Get it? It's like a
Gotcha.
double entendre.
Yeah.
That is what puts out all of City and Color.
Yep. You were saying that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's Dallas's label or if he's got a part of it or whatever, but that's what puts out all of his music.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So I got to check this out.
Yep.
So good
I'll
call.
let you borrow the vinyl if you want.
No, fuck borrow and just bring it over. We'll just jam
yeah.
it, dude. Fuck, man. Some Clutch, some Sadie, the fucking.
Yep.
We can do a full Dine Alone Records if you want. I got Alexa on fire right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Do all kinds of shit.
I'm glad you guys liked that, though.
No, it was really good.
I wasn't sure if that was going to make the list, but I just threw it on there at the end of the hump.
Something like that's always weird for me to hear from you because I don't hear you do a lot of folk like that. Not like the countryside of folk. You're more like
See, to me, that reminds
in a
me
different way.
of going to that is more of like a 90s nostalgic thing for me. Almost kind of reminds me of the Meat Puppets.
okay. See, I don't know a lot of Meat Puppets,
Yeah.
so I can't say yes or no. to
Yeah,
that. And I'm like, this is not something where I'm gonna like
No, I get it.
contest you on because I have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
idea. I look at that more and I go like, well, that makes sense on why it's on the same label as City and Color because I just assume the singer has like a flannel shirt on with like tucked in with a brown leather belt and brown leather boots and tight jeans
Yep.
and like some kind of a fedora-esque hat. You know,
Yep.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, I could just say.
like that, I don't know how to like.
May like my number one at this point.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
I wasn't
we are
thinking-
getting fucking deep in this motherfucker, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was cool, and obviously I'm gonna let Steve go first on Ray's
Yep.
second song because I clearly know what it is.
He does too.
Yeah.
Well, now at this point, but I mean, like
Yeah.
his notes are gonna be way different than mine. so-
Yeah, I just said not too familiar with Clutch, but for some reason I'm thinking that's who this is. Another cool straight up rock song so far, and another catchy hook. Super strong vocals. Everything sounds super 90s to me, which is cool, even though I wouldn't have liked this in the 90s. 2.6.
Cool.
Well, hey, that's good. I mean, I put Clutch, obviously. Nosferatu Madre, my second favorite track in this album so far. I gave this big fat 3 because this album fucking rips. And this wombo combo of this song and then it gets followed up with the song that I played. So on the track, when the album, when you're listening to it, Steve, this is the 4th track and then my song is the 5th. And like the first 2 are good songs, but then like 3, 4, 5 are like boom, 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 like just fucking socking you in the mouth with good rock and roll.
Is the 5th track the one you played?
Yes,
Is that like the midpoint of the album?
yes, that's where you flip the album. Yeah,
That makes sense why it's the least Clutch, you said, of the whole album.
yes,
Makes sense why
they
they do that.
well, they're their own record label.
Yeah.
So like anything you buy from them is there.
Yeah.
Like they own all their own masters now. So anything they put out forward, going forward rather, is all like them. So like they understand albums.
Right.
So like when they release an album, like they release a fucking vinyl album. Like they know.
Well,
what
I
they're
mean,
doing.
like the sequencing of the album itself. That's
Yeah.
a good place to flip because it's like kind of brings you to a new place.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
why
flip
they do
and
it the way
it's
they
like
do it,
a
yeah.
refresh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, exactly. It's like it's a perfect like this is it. You know, you hear the needle pick up and fucking, or well, for you guys, keep going, and then you know when to get. Yeah, I have that luxurious thing of it just doing its own thing. Although it does drop hard as a fucking ton of bricks. You get that big fucking pop, 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 and like, what the fuck, man? Somebody's just goddamn blowing a firecrackers in here. Spenny's fucking shit in his pants. So, out of 6 tracks so far, 2 of which were Clutch, we know now. I let out the spoiler that Summerlands is going to end up in my top 10. I'm not going to really tell you where it is, but it's going to end up in my top 10. So you might hear it again tonight. You might hear it again next week.
So far, I think last year, this was the first time we had,
Frozen Soul. That was it.
we both had it, and this year we're already going to have 2.
Yep.
Yep.
So one of the, who knows, maybe one of them will end up on 3.
It's interesting.
There could, yeah. Well, I mean, what's going to be weird is if Because so far we have me and Ray and we have me and Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It's you two. If you two end up with an album, that's the trifecta.
Me and him are almost more different than you and him as far as music.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause I don't think we've ever done. We haven't done that at all throughout the years. Having the same.
No, I've played stuff that you've played and not known it.
Yeah.
Did we all just get a nerd boner thinking about the fucking trifecta happening? we all kind of like smirked at each other like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Fucking Ray's just gonna pull out fucking Hangman's chair out of nowhere. Right. Be like, guys, I threw threw the fucking world out of Texas, and this is what happened. All right, as Batman's beating the fuck out of some ravers, I'm gonna pee real quick. When we come back, you're gonna hear 2 songs from Ray, 2 songs from me, 2 songs from Steve.
Yes.
Yep.
I see the images of I have run from.
the light of the flame, they all congregate, but remain the same. Kept in the corner, the lighter emerges. We all have fallen, the last of our kin. These hands will find their place once more. Don't make me choke. Don't cover your eyes. We're all battered and broke, and we rest to survive. Kept in the corner, the liar emerges. We all have fought her to be the last of our kin. These eyes will find their home once more. Hold your head low, shame on you, fool. Hold your head low, shame on you, fool. Hold your head low, shame on you, fool. Shame on
10.
Yeah, well,
Felt like 15.
I'm including the one that you played the last round. My fucking half my hearing is going from that. Jesus Christ, I'm still writing notes.
Yeah.
Yikes. I didn't know it was just going to end like that. So I'm imagining that the album is just like a one continuous fucking
Kind of,
that.
yeah.
Okay. So give us a second here, folks. Who went first that round? Ray went first?
Yes.
I'm lost for a minute here. I got like sucked into the vortex a little bit. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Put you into trance a little bit.
Yeah, I got a little fucking lost there for a minute, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a couple minutes to think about my life and like all the horrible mistakes I've made. And shit, I wish I wasn't here for a minute. But then I was like, oh hey, we're still here. So like, gotta embrace the shit, right?
Yep.
There's a good saying going around. That could be worse. There's a good saying going around lately. Gotta embrace the suck.
Yes, I think that's a Marine thing, right?
It is, and I just did that for 10 minutes.
Is that a David Goggins thing?
No, but I mean, pretty much the same thing. Yeah. My literally my right ear for some reason, fucking, I'm having a hard time hearing both ears,
And you have bass heavy headphones.
Yeah, it. I also
Imagine with regular headphones.
I took them both off for a second because it was just like for a second. So I had to switch it up, but unfortunately I forgot to put the left one back on because I could still hear it. Wow.
Amazing.
Wow, that was a lot. Shit. That was a lot, man. Whew. All right. Well, I can hear out of one ear right now, so let's go for it. Ray played a song or two.
Yep.
I put for numbers Ray's number 8.
Yep.
I put very modern stoner, but the kind of that I actually like. Solid production, great guitar tone, vocals sound great as well. Also, this might be my favorite Catwoman, Hubba Hubba. Oh, shit, I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I did get sidetracked. Here's the thing about this Catwoman. They did a really good job of showing her up close. Mm-hmm. Hands down the most attractive Catwoman. Can we all agree? No? Am I wrong?
She's better than Halle Berry, yeah.
I don't even
Michelle
count that as
Pfeiffer.
a thing.
What's the other
Michelle
one?
Pfeiffer's pretty
I
good.
go Michelle Pfeiffer.
Also, Anna fucking...
Not in the same league.
Anne fucking Hathaway. Pretty hot.
Not in the same league.
In that movie, pretty hot.
Yeah, I mean, she's hot,
But only in that movie, though. I've never found her attractive.
yeah, she's okay. I wouldn't call it not attractive, but
No, I didn't say she wasn't attractive.
Yeah.
I've just never been, I don't find
Yeah,
her
yeah,
to be,
me either.
that's not what I go, oh
Me
my
either.
God, This one I do for some reason. But
I don't find her attractive in anything but this.
that I agree with. And where I was going with that was, as they pan more of her, I haven't watched it. I've only seen this movie 3 times, and I think on the big screen, it's big. Mm-hmm. God damn, she's skinny.
Yeah, she is.
What the fuck, man? I didn't catch on to that the first time I
Say,
saw
when
this movie.
Batman had her on the table for a second, I was like, they look like fucking high school kids. or
Yeah, it was hard to, I'll be honest with you.
She is really young, isn't
something.
she?
20 something, but whatever. Facially, she's a fucking astounding. She's in the movie, the Devil movie with Robert De Niro and the girl with the fucking furry pits. You see her titties a lot. Angel Heart.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah, Angel Heart.
not
Mickey
not
Rourke.
Robert- Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. And what's her face is fucking we
Cosby Show.
Lisa Bonet or whatever.
yeah, we all were a fan of that one that night.
That's Steve's fucking.
Yeah, we were all
Frustra.
no. Well, at least me and Steve were both agree. That was
Steve
one of the
was
first
very
times in a long
vocal
time.
when that
I'm
first came
I'm
out.
very I
That was the
agree
name
with,
of the episode actually. This is Lisa Bonet's tits.
and he's right because so that's isn't that her mom?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense why we all find her attractive.
Yep.
Too fucking skinny, dude.
Yeah. I
Like-
like skinny, but she's
Dolly, fuck you. That fucking broomstick. Jesus Christ. Anyways, there you go, ladies.
they shot her well.
Yeah, that's part of it. So, anyways, Ray's song, outside of the Hubba Hubba Catwoman, gets us 2.7.
All right.
I like that song.
Cool bass line to start. Vocals are pretty great. This also feels super 90s to me, almost Soundgarden-esque.
I hear that.
This would have been a huge radio hit in that era. Kind of a little Tool drum beat on the breakdown
hear
underneath the
that as
bluesy
well.
solo.
Yep.
I gave it a 3.
Cool.
Wow.
That's Valley of the Sun.
Okay.
I haven't put out an album in a while. This is a new one. I fucking love this whole album. Highly recommend it. This is Images, the second track. Other tracks are great. The Devil I Become, The Chariot, Headlights. This whole album's good. So, highly recommend it.
What's the name of the band?
Valley of the Sun. This came out in June.
A lot of good rock and roll so far.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, rock and roll heavy so far. I'm actually pretty impressed. Good pick.
Outside of my 2 fucking black metal songs.
Oh, we'll get into that. Steve, you want to kick out the next song?
Yes. This also starts off very 90s in a very different way before the vocals kick in.
I agree very heavily.
Vocals are buried but fit well. Raw, nasty production adds to the vibe. Good, simple solo with a great riff underneath it. Good track. Not sure who this is. Have not heard it. 2.7.
Cool.
But has a very heavy 90s semi-industrial thing going on.
That's where I thought I was going before the vocals came in.
Yeah. Production is, I'm not going to eat while I'm fucking talking. What am I doing? Let me get the fucking shit away from me. Goddamn flips. Addicted motherfuckers. I'm a sucker for a good chocolate pretzel. But music is, sorry, let me backtrack. 90s semi-industrial thing going on. Production is very odd, though. I don't like the fact that the vocals are way behind. Music is big and up front, but the vocals are almost non-existent. Has a cool middle solo section that really actually lifted the song quite a bit, because the song was closer to like a 2 1/4 for me, because the vocals were just so fucking buried. Maybe it was just in my headphones, but I couldn't hear
No, they
them.
were pretty buried.
So that means they were really buried. As far as the song goes, the song itself, without the vocals being buried, is like I said, like a 2 1/4. And then the fucking solo kicked it up to a 2 1/5, like 2.5. So I'm giving this a 2.5 because that solo, the mid to last third section, really fucking like punched this in the fucking.
Yeah,
mouth.
the end of this song really drives the nail in for me.
Yeah, I agree. Big time.
Sadistic Ritual. That's who this is.
Okay.
This came out in May, end of May. Fucking solid album. This is an album that I mainly don't really go for so far as for the vocals as for the music.
Yeah.
Was the whole album like that?
Yeah, the whole album. It's got a mixture of short, like thrashy, like hardcore, almost like tracks, which are like a minute to 3 minutes long, and then there's like 6 minute to 5 minute songs that are like a little bit more proggy in that sense, but like on the death metal side.
I'm gonna have a similar thing to talk about in a minute, but
Yeah.
how long is the album? About an hour?
No, I don't.
35 minutes.
Wow, really? How many songs are on it?
9.
Oh, so it's not a very long album.
Yeah.
And like as a whole, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, it was pretty cool.
Yep.
It was
I've heard
different.
of them, but I didn't hear that album. I don't think.
Yep. Nah, it's a decent album, worth checking out if you haven't heard it.
Name of the band one more time for me.
Sadistic Ritual.
Okay. Well, was it me next?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whoever wants to go.
You good, right?
All right. On Ed's. Let's go. All right. I put a soulful intro. I'm guessing this is Zeal and Ardor. Maybe not.
My guess
Good
also.
mix of 2 different elements. Didn't really take off the way I was expecting it to. I kind of almost felt like I was wanting more. I gave this a 2 because of that.
Okay.
Kind of surprised at that. I have the same guess on who it is. Good smoky vocals with a cool staccato blues riff. Lick, actually. Was not expecting the music or vocals to get heavy. Not sure if I'm excited or disappointed because both of them are great. Kind of prefer the bluesy solo spot, Watson Comes Back, but both parts are equally good.
Well, that's what I felt, though. Like, at the same time, I feel exactly what you felt, but I felt like it went from the soulful to heavy to soulful to heavy, and then it was over, where I was almost like...
You wanted to blend them or
I
something?
wanted it to, like, do something a little bit more, I guess. That's
I got
just
you.
me. Yeah.
I thought both parts were equally great, but I kind of feel like I know that's what they do, but I kind of feel like I would have wanted to hear more of the bluesy side. But it was fantastic. I still gave it a 3.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is Zeal and Ardor.
Yeah.
That's their self-titled album from this year.
Which I remember you showing me last time I was here, and I did like it.
Yeah.
Maybe just that track was just kind of like.
So a 3 and a 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably
It's a
too far away.
2.5.
Technically, yeah.
it's
But would
2.5.
that get a fucking
If
bump?
you
I mean,
want.
I don't. No, I'm not. It's not an if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want.
It's not that
I haven't
didn't-
added anything in over a year,
It's not
dude.
that
So I don't
didn't
really. I
like
just look at it like.
It's just I just felt like it just kind of like led me a little bit short than what I was expecting.
Yeah, so we'll leave that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and add everything this year. That is one of my like go-tos.
Yeah. Whatever you guys
I
are
want to get
putting
back into
down,
that.
I'm writing
It's one
down.
of those bands everyone's been raving about for a couple of years, and I checked them out, and they have stuff I like, and then stuff I'm like, oh god, this is not my thing at all. So
I haven't listened to anything other than this album so far. I didn't listen to this album until about 6 weeks ago, and
So
it
you
came out.
haven't even heard the original, like the
The
early
first 2 albums, no.
Yeah.
I've never heard them. I have no idea what they sound like. I've heard the middle album, the one before
I
this.
think you would like the first album. From
I don't
what
know if
heard.
I'm going to like that album. That's what I'm afraid of. Because
had a pretty big buzz for a while.
they've had him for a while. Yeah. I don't know. It's a long story how I actually even like decided to give this an opportunity. But I knew when it came out earlier in the year because it came out early. I didn't give it a listen until about 6 weeks ago. And the first listen I listened to it at the gym and I hated it. Fucking hate it. Like, I mean, I just didn't get
I
it.
tried to listen to it, and I put the first song, and I was like, all right, this is just not my thing, and I shut it off.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's literally the problem. You have to just go, oh, I'm gonna just sit here for an hour and just let whatever happens happen. It's a really good driving album. Like if you're driving somewhere, it's very, very good because it's the soulful stuff is the fucking cream of the crap.
Yeah.
Terrible Randy Savage impersonation, but I mean, the soulful side of this album is unfucking touchable.
Yeah.
Like this dude has one of the best voices I've ever fucking heard. His black metal vocals are passable,
They work.
but considering how this band started and it's essentially a one-man band, it's actually undeniable. Like, I don't know if you guys know the story about how this started.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Quick nerd thing.
Bring it in.
All right. So this dude is like a one-man band. He just learned how to play stuff. He's actually technically Swedish.
All right.
It's considered Swedish avant-garde black metal. He can speak of, as far as I'm aware, at this moment, at least 4 to 5 different languages.
I thought
speaks
that this band was like a New Orleans thing.
No,
No.
no. It's a black dude.
All right.
His name is Manuel.
All right.
He's from Switzerland or Sweden, one of the two. Swiss, maybe it's Swiss. I think it's Swiss. I'm thinking about it. But he can speak fluent German. His English sounds like we're speaking. He doesn't have an accent at all.
Yeah.
Speaks fluent whatever. I think it's Switzerland now that I'm thinking about it. And then he can speak something else. He plays everything except like live drums. So like when he does like the first album was literally all him. It's almost like a modern Trent Reznor. Like he does the whole thing. Then that got so much buzz. Kurt Ballou, who is from oh my god, Converge, who's like one of the best fucking producers of all time. God City Studios up in Salem, Massachusetts, produces Beast Milk. The first album, he produced that. Like he just gets it. Produced the second album, which is called Stranger Fruit, apparently. I've never heard it. And then this one is done by Will Putney, who almost everything that dude touches I love. And this is the self-titled album. And the story is when he was living wherever he lived a couple years back when he started doing this, he was just proficient in like many instruments. So he would just do like to kill time, would go on sites like, ready for this one, 4chan, and go, hey guys, I'm working on some new music. I'm going to throw up this sound and then this sound. Give me 2 styles of music to put together and we'll see what I can do with it. And it literally people would give him advice. Like, hey, do like banjo with black metal. Do blah, blah, blah. And apparently one of the, after he would like find 2, make a song, put it up and go, hey, this is what I came up with. And like that became like a thread for a while.
Yeah.
And then some person on 4chan saw him doing that and went, let's do black metal and N-word music. And he went, okay, because he's black. He took that as, and I saw a recent interview with him, and he explained it very, very perfectly. He took that as not like hip hop, which he's like, well, I'm pretty sure, right, like
Said, do
slave
like
music.
I
Slave
said,
music,
like
yeah,
New
yeah.
Orleans.
Yes,
Like
slave. Yes,
yeah.
that's exactly what he said.
Yes.
And he said the first 2 albums are very much like that, and they're very driven towards that, and mix that with black metal, and then every album's kind of like changed a little bit. So this all started with a 4chan thread where this dude who just made music would just take 2 styles of music and like make them himself.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
Pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
So he's essentially a one-man band, and like this or not, you got to give him at least some kind of credit for what it is. This album's grown on me quite a bit since the first time I heard it. I actually love this album now, but it's an album. You need to listen to this album.
Yeah, I'm interested to actually hear this like a sit down.
Yeah,
Like,
it was very, very hard to pick a song because there's not one great song in this album. Because I prefer the soulful stuff, but the key to this is hearing the black metal, right? So like, pick a song but the problem is half the album is one thing and half the album is the other thing, and then like you see blends, but they're not very good blends. But when you listen to it as an album, you hear the fucking
the way
full
it was
scope.
intended. To
That's what I would have liked. I think that's what you were missing at the end. There were 2 separate things.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them blend in.
That's
a
the
little
whole
bit.
album.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the problem with the album is you either listen to it as an album or you don't.
Yeah.
So if you have an hour to kill, I couldn't recommend this more than what I do. Give it a chance. This song is called Hold Your Head Low. This is a later track on the album. There's better songs, but I wanted to showcase a song that showed you both. Because if I had shown you one of the more soulful songs, it would have just been soulful. Like 90, you know what I mean? So like Church Burns, for instance, is almost all soul singing, and it's phenomenal. But then you go, all right, wait, but like, where's the black metal aspect of it? So yeah, it's the fact that we don't know who it is, like, is cool. I would say give this album a chance. It's very interesting, and the fact that it crept its way into my number 8 spot and beat out quite a lot of things in a very short amount of time means a lot. So
Interesting.
give it a whirl. Didn't mean to keep on. Again, I didn't mean to take up that much time.
No,
But
that's good.
it's a fascinating story. You know what I mean? Like, as far as
I have heard some of that, but I needed a refresher because I didn't remember the 4chan part. I knew that, but I didn't remember that.
that's a big part. I mean, when we all, I mean, let's be real, we all know like, what that means. You know, like, so it's when you hear that, you go, oh shit, like, okay, this dude fucking, it's essentially his middle finger to people like trashing him. So good for him.
Cool.
Anyways, give it a shot. Zealand Order. Next
Second track.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
I'm really trying not to hijack the show with talking about.
Second one, I put dirty, thrashy, open, heavy bass, like the organ or backing keys. It almost sounded like in the beginning of the track, but then I didn't hear it again.
Yep.
Has a good head nodding effect. Picks up the pace a few minutes in. Lead was up to my standards, and then it gets back to a little bit more crunchy towards the end. I gave this a big old fat 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is the new High Command.
Yes.
Great album, just out of my top 10. Just too new. I didn't have enough time with it. If it came out earlier in the year, it probably would have landed in my top 3. Vocals are perfect for the vibe. I love that they're mixing kind of crossover with fantasy power metal themes in the lyrics.
In this album, yeah.
Even the other ones, same thing. I said, think lyrics about a warrior like Conan instead of a pussy sorcerer named Merlin or something. You know what I mean? Going in.
This is why we need to be on video.
Right.
YouTube's coming, guys. I promise.
A great song, one of the better ones on the album. I gave it a 3.
I agree. This is obviously High Command from the new album Eclipse of the Dual Moons. Fucking Massachusetts. Ralph's natives. We've seen these guys a bunch of times.
Are they from Worcester or somewhere else in Mass?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they claim to be from Worcester, but that's clearly their hometown.
Yes.
Like, that's clearly, like, where they're from. And that's, like, their
Now, was it
fucking
just me, or
home
was there like an organ or keys in the
Something early on, yeah. There's a bunch of that in this
Right
album.
in the beginning, yeah.
Have you not listened to the album?
I've only heard a few tracks. The only one I have, I put on my breakdown list.
Okay.
is the track that has like an acoustic intro.
Okay, my favorite song on this album is actually the very last one. It's 12 minutes long, and it's one of the
I
most
do
wild
want to
rides
listen
I've
to
heard
this,
year.
but I also like when you guys were bringing it up that it was so close to the end of the year. It kind of just like was put on the back burner.
It rocket launched itself
Yeah.
into because they dropped 3 or 4 singles out of 9, and like I had heard enough of it to go, oh, like I've seen this band live. I know what they can do.
Yeah.
If this is what they're putting out right now, like I don't have to think much about it. But it's a hometown push.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid from our hometown hero
No, I
kind of a
get you.
thing. You know what I mean? Like, so again, if you ask me tomorrow, my 10 through 6 hour,
It could all switch.
it could very well be different. But today, I felt that this deserved to be in the top 10. And I look at it like this, because it came out so late, the more I listen to this album, the more it's going to be closer to the top 5.
That's what I said. It'd probably be in a top 3 if it came out early.
Right. So I felt that me giving it a 7 I was really giving it like a fucking, that was a big hometown
Yeah.
thing. But I go, man, like with honest time, with 6 months time, tell me this wouldn't be in all of our top 10.
Definitely.
Right? Like, I mean, I really don't see how it wouldn't be. It's and that, not just because we've seen them. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
No.
Picture we've never seen them fucking
Because
live
I
before.
like the first album, but I don't put it on because I don't like it that much.
it's good, but it's better live.
This is great.
This is fucking. Thank you. I don't need to say anymore, other than the fact that I need to say more. But yes, this song is called "Fortified by Bloodshed." This fucking album rips. I need to buy this album on vinyl.
Yeah.
This is probably my next.
Yeah, if I find this out, I'm gonna definitely scoop it.
If we see them live soon enough, I'm hoping. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping to buy it from them so I could give them the money. If the next show that I'm able to go to is closer to like February-esque, I might just wait for the next Bandcamp Friday where they get 100% of the proceeds, and I'll just give them the $30 because it's worth it. Because it's a dual LP too.
Yeah.
So like when you buy it, like whether it's the all black or like the special edition, it was produced by Southern Nord,
Yeah.
which is like an up and coming production company. So it would like they did the fucking work on this. So I'm really intrigued to hear how this sounds on vinyl. But yeah, High Command, fucking hometown heroes. Let's wave the fucking flag of doom for them.
Yep.
And I got a resounding 3 essentially, I think, from both of you, right?
Yes, sir. On to Steven's picks. You want to go, Ed?
Go ahead. I'm just doing one last thing. Go ahead.
Steve's. On your number 3.
8.
Well, that was the way I just put it. Yeah.
8.
You get what I mean.
I just said it for you. Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Little Death Doom approach. Heavy, upbeat, catchy. I didn't really take too much notes. I was just digging it. I gave this a 2.5.
Cool.
But low and slow death metal, I feel like I jammed this earlier in the year. Outside of it being really low production where you had to like crank the volume, that was the only real downfall for this style of music. I actually gave this a 2.6, even low production and all. Like once you got this to an adequate volume level, this was for this. Like again, everything's like kind of a curve nowadays, right? Like we all kind of give each other curves on what our music is. But like for a Steve pick, this is like pretty much again cream of the crop.
So that's I'm not sure how to say it. It's either autophagy or autophagy. I don't know.
I have seen that album. I have not actually listened to that.
Bacteriophage, which I haven't even listened yet because I got it this week.
Is it that new, or it just took you that long to find it?
It's within the last 2 months, I'd say it came out.
Okay.
Autophagy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's autophagy.
Yeah, autophagy is exactly what you're trying to say.
I'm guessing it's
No, let's be real. That's exactly what you were looking to say.
Autophagy.
Autophagy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there you go. Autophagy.
Autophagy is probably what it's
Probably,
pronounced.
I'm guessing.
I'm going to go with autophagy. But, for Ray's sake, autophagy.
Another fucking Portland death metal band, which seems to be where they're
Killing
all coming
it.
from.
Killing it right now.
I think this is the first album. I think they just had a demo before this.
Interesting.
That's quite a fucking fold for, like, a newer band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's quite a fucking vinyl release for somebody this new. So it's 9 tracks total, which is pretty much the norm. They probably have like an intro song or something.
Yeah, and I'm
that.
guessing it's only probably 35, 36 minutes, something like that.
Yes, that's my. Oh no! I saved that. I promise.
It's all right.
Fucking, I dig the picture. Yeah, this one's tight too. That's exactly what just happened. I wasn't fucking moving around. Let's see. So this is something you just got in, you said?
Yeah, I haven't even listened yet. Came
Is it
in earlier
even
in the week?
Is it even like a special thing, or yeah, that's fucking tight as shit in there. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This blood orange.
Yep, that's where you get that little slide.
That's the whole. This thing's tight.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
Yep,
This thing's tight like a fucking.
tight like a can of tuna.
Yeah, I apologize, Steve.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
what it is.
I did not mean for that hat. Again, you know I'm pretty good with my fucking violence.
Yeah.
I assure you that was not what I meant to happen. I feel like it's like I just fucking tripped your little kid or something, and I gave a little crease.
Right.
Ah, that's bumming me out.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Sorry, Steve.
No worries.
Now that song just got.
He gave it the Stephen Brule kiss.
I did. I'm sorry, Steve. Because if it had never touched my hands, it never would have had a crease. But it was not like for that reason. It's because I opened it and all of a sudden it fucking was tight.
You're not
tighter
even
than
drinking.
That wasn't it at all.
I know. I said you're not even drinking.
No, I am. Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm sorry, Steve. God damn it. Fuck. I already owe you at least one cigar for your fucking birthday that we never got to fucking celebrate. Now you make me feel bad. Son of a
Steve's
bitch.
second pick. I got
This looks like we partied with that album. That's all.
slow melodic intro, very cinematic, almost sounds like an open sea approach, almost a droning effect spaced out, sounds like a crow or a bird before diving into cavernous black metal sound. Very chaotic, muddy, but a lot going on, almost a calmness behind the raspy vocals, like the chorus or choir effect. A lot going on. I can get lost in this. I gave this a 3 as well.
Ed got lost in it. He didn't even know where he was.
Yeah.
We heard this song way different, Ray. Way different.
Do you see anything I was saying? Like, did you
Yeah.
hear, like,
Yeah.
was there a bird in there? Like,
Yeah,
a
at the
fucking,
beginning.
All right, yeah.
That same bird just knocked that album out of my hand. Flapping through my fucking apartment. My house. Oh my god, my apartment, my house. Fucking like I have an apartment. Boy. Well, some gritty black metal. Louder than the last one at least, which is good, I guess. Still not my thing, but this one at least bumped itself up production wise, and like you didn't have to crank the fucking board to be able to hear this one. So I mean, for that alone, it's above a 1.7. I got it up to a 2, but I mean, it's like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. So this is literally the epitome of me playing. Like, I could play you fucking 6 hardcore albums this year that had songs that were a minute and 10 seconds long, and you guys would both be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
Like it's so like I get this is literally where our this is where the ADD brains change hands, I guess, because I hear something like this and I just go, I don't know what the fuck you're hearing. But again, now a full album, atmosphere, outside, cigars, was it like maybe it would change my opinion on it? You know what I mean? So like I'm not like, oh, it's a fucking 0 or it's a 1. Like, you know, I'm at least giving it the credit for being. It's clearly talented, whatever the fuck this is. It's just I have no reason in my life to listen to this.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't hit the chords of what I'd want to listen to.
Right.
But not bad. What is this? Is this another thing that you own?
Yes.
Don't hand it to me.
This is
Just like I want no part of that one.
not Trunar, I believe.
That's a fucking dope album cover.
It is.
That's a fucking dope album cover,
It's
dude.
German, so I'm not gonna bother trying to say the name of it. It's like Wolfslund or something like that.
How many of your top 10 do you own on vinyl?
I want to say 9.
I like the fact that this vinyl
Holy
has
shit.
no,
You fucking
Like-
doing at
like
me.
every other band will put like, you know, their name right here.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't even have it on there.
Nope. It's like, fuck you.
I think it's designed to look like that fucking. Oh no, it's not. It's designed to be 2 different pictures.
Yeah.
No.
I'm impressed actually. That fucking
I
that
like
front
the,
cover
I
is
like the
dope.
back end of the a little bit better than the front.
Yeah, me too.
He almost dropped it.
I'm
You
not
fucking
gonna drop
fuck
it.
you, man.
I'm not
It's not
dropping
just me.
shit. I'm
It's not just me. That motherfucker legit flew out of my hands. And now I'm not. I don't trust myself touching anybody else's fucking records for the rest of the night.
No, I like the back.
I want to hold that so bad. Let me just touch it. Don't. Nope. Yep. don't touch it. I don't want to be responsible because that made me feel so bad. It made me feel like
I would feel the same way if I dropped
it sucks because I didn't like that couldn't have been more of an accident than what it was, and I just go fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not gonna touch another one then. Not until the next time we do a fucking album night.
Now, is this somebody's child print?
Suck your dick. If it is, I can't see it.
Now, what's the band?
Not Trunar. NAHTRU.
Not Trunar.
And yeah.
Not Trunar.
Not Trunar.
Interesting.
I guarantee that's not how you pronounce that, but that's okay.
Guarantee what?
I said I guarantee.
You can't even talk right now.
No, I said it very well. I said I guarantee you that's not how you pronounce that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. This guy thought I said Kunta Kinte. What the fuck? You son of a bitch.
My next one's the only one I don't own on vinyl.
How about this? We'll do one more last pause.
Yeah.
So, like, it sucks for us, but, like, whatever. We'll get out of here by a little after midnight. Yeah, hey, listen. So far tonight might be my favorite album cover, but definitely not my favorite album. So, hey.
Hey, we'll see you in a minute.
Well, short and sweet. Why fucking beat a dead horse? Coming from the guy who talks the most. You're welcome, guys. I drop records. I talk the most. But goddamn it,
Dead Horse. That's a good Guns N' Roses track.
that is a good.
I just love the sound
Gene
of the
Anderson.
fucking. It sounds like somebody's neck getting cracked, and you know what I'm talking about.
I would know it more if you talked in the microphone.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
Listen, motherfucker. I know my place in this world, and I know my place in this fucking show. Without this voice, you two would just go, yeah, it's cool.
Pretty much.
Hey, you want some chocolate?
Does it have mushrooms in it?
We can make that happen. We can make that happen real fast.
It'd be a waste at this time, though.
My wrestling show tomorrow is going to suck real fucking bad if I start doing mushrooms right now. But tell you what, motherfucker, guess what? Right now, I'd be real fucking excited about it. Anyways, all right. So I'm going to unplug this now so I don't fucking rip my phone off the thing. We're pretty much done for the most part. Unless they come up with some retarded
Steve,
shit
open
for
that
them.
one.
Yep.
You want to go, Ed?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go. Hold on. No, well, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm so lost right now.
I love it.
It's been a long night. Yeah, you can go. Yeah,
All right, folky intro, good raw folk black metal approach, weird instrumentation,
Instrumentation.
instrumentation.
Instrument.
I gave it a 2.5 for oddness. Piano work was interesting touch. Yeah, I didn't really know what to make of that.
What'd you
track.
give it?
A 2.5.
2.5. Okay. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, Ray.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
I was just I gave it a 2.5. I didn't really know where to go with that track. That track kind of fucking, I liked it, but it was almost odd in itself.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Well, starts off with some really nice acoustic work. I also had some really nice acoustic work earlier in this episode, and a lot of it off mic. Oh boy, does this one change? I do enjoy the folk sections that break it up. Really, the highlight of the song, actually, kind of like the Zeal and Ardor thing. This is very similar, but like to the 10th degree. You know, like they're almost trying to do the
Similar
same
in
thing.
two different ways.
One is almost like an easier listening version, and then you have and they're not far off from like what they're trying to accomplish.
Yep.
Fucking Willem Dafoe. Oh, I forget that Willem Dafoe's in this movie. Oh shit, Ray's gonna hate this
Ray didn't
movie.
forget.
Ray's gonna fucking hate this movie. Even though I know he likes this. But then I put has a cool atmospheric break that surprised the shit out of me when Batman took the adrenaline shot and beat the shit out of the dude's face. Really brought it up for me. Went well with I put the tunes, but I don't think it was actually. Oh yeah, well went with the tunes as far as the song, but I spelled it tunes like it was a cartoon. Also, there's a part where Batman goes into the water and like cuts the fucking thing, and it was like going back and forth in my ears, and it was also going along with the wigwag lights of the. It was actually very atmospheric. So I can guarantee you this: if Batman was not on, we're talking the new one from 2022 with the fucking twinkly vampire kid as Batman and Kravitz's hot ass daughter, that this song would have been like a 1.5. But because it went very well with what was going on in Batman, I got it up to a 2.25.
Nice.
Because production was really on point actually with this song, and I liked a lot of the atmosphere stuff. But again, my version of black metal and Steve's version of black metal is for sure where me and you differ the most in music.
I think we got into black metal in two different areas of black metal, and that's where kind
We look at black metal very differently.
yeah, you look at black metal as Dimmu, basically.
Which is
I like grandiose.
Grandiose
Yeah,
black-
I like
polished.
grandiose.
I like.
I do, yeah.
See, this is grandiose too, but in a raw way. Like,
No, I
you know-
get that.
you know
That's
what I
why
mean?
it's a 2.25.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bad song.
If you got into them through them, I got into it through like Burzum.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
still
I
wouldn't have liked it.
mean? No, yeah.
but my point, because I listened to all that shit back then. Like
Yeah.
I gave all that stuff a chance.
Yeah.
What I look like, again, like White Ward's my number one album of the year. We talked about this earlier. We're gonna
Very
do the
different
exchange.
black metal.
That's black metal.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Zealand art is black metal. I don't see that at all, but I get where they're coming from. I'm a fucking realist about that. So, like, that's black metal for people who don't know what the fuck black metal is.
The cool thing about black metal now is it's going more than
There's
any
so
other
many
genre.
different subgenres of black metal.
More than any other genre, they've melded so many things together.
Yeah, I agree.
Like there's so many variations of black metal now.
I do agree with that, and it's really like the eye of the beholder genre in metal. I would say,
yeah.
because like thrash is thrash, crossover, hardcore is hardcore. Like black metal is really fucking vast, and it's also very unique at the same time, because what we feel is great black metal is very, very different.
Yeah.
And I respect what's not considered, the real polished fucking. Demu's the top of the cream of the crop for me, but like realistically, like I also love fucking Emperor, and I also do love.
Well, they fit into the same category, just without the bombastic production.
It's just different, yeah. It's just, and I think that's I nitpick at a certain point.
But even Demu had to like vastly like narrow down like their fucking what started them as fucking Demu.
Well, when they started, they sounded like that first black metal song I played, like very low.
They were very low-fi
like
when they first started, and then they got.
You can say it.
Yeah. It's true. It sounds like shit.
Sounds like shit.
To me, the black metal I grew up on, because obviously I didn't
fell in love with
was,
I would say
it felt raw, and it felt like, dudes that were literally living out in the woods, living like fucking vampires or something.
Yeah.
Like early Mayhem, shit like
all
that.
early
Like
stuff. Yeah,
even that band.
Their whole point was,
I don't know if it's gonna make your list, but that I don't even know how to pronounce it. It begins with a T, like Thompson Azali or whatever the fuck it Thompson.
the death metal band. Yeah.
Like same thing. With,
that album's great, but it's not in my top 10.
Yeah.
But
it's very good though.
Like
it
rawness for that.
It probably should
same thing. Like where they do like that almost like guttural or high pitch mannerisms of like the vocals, like it's almost tribal. Like they do that.
Well, no, see right there, it's not almost. It is tribal.
Yeah, that incorporates.
They
that
actually use.
element.
Yeah, they use. It's like a modern Sepultura. Like
yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of this is, where like that's using like like almost Mexican,
origins.
Yeah. This is Slavic, so it's got Slavic, fucking folky kind of origins.
Yeah.
Again, production wise, it's one of the better things that you played tonight. It's just overall, it for me, like so something like this. What'd you give it, Ray?
I gave this a 3.
Was it?
Oh wait,
no, I don't. I thought you would give this a 2.5.
Hold on. Yes, I gave this a 2.5. 2.5.
I mean, again, I give this up to you guys because I'm trying
it's
to
not
like
on Spotify anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm giving this my. Another thing I'm really trying to like kind of hone in is I've always been honest about the way I feel about music, but I've also we've all kind of given that like
bump.
Yeah, we've been given a bump for a while, and I think we, I don't fucking the way I think about things.
I only give 2 5s to something. All right, I wouldn't mind hearing this again, and maybe I'll like it even more and like want to go.
Yeah, I'll put it this way: I would give this the quarter bump that it needs to be like a 2.5, because I'm not opposed to what this is offering. It's just that's where it hit me right now.
Like I said, it doesn't matter anyway because it's not on Spotify.
Yeah, so
it's
like
not like it's gonna go on the list.
The way I would look at it though is so I put an asterisk next to anything that you guys give me a big grade on, and then like when it's available to put in, well, in my case, most of it is I just forget to put it in. But like in general, give yourself like a marking for that. So like if the day it shows up in the Spotify thing, like you can put it in.
Right.
But I would give it the recognition that it needs. So I think that out of the 3 black metal, like pure black metal albums that you played or songs that you played,
You like this the most?
oh, by far, and that's probably why it's the highest on his
Still
list.
one coming next week. Oh no, there's another one coming.
Yeah, but I mean
Today
is what. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there will be another one next week.
Oh, I'm sure. Can't wait.
I guess it's just the name of the band. So this is out of the 5 that we played tonight. two of them were on my list earlier in the year, and they maintained.
Okay.
The other one being Fear.
Now that's you brought that up earlier off mic.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting point. I'm glad that you brought
I
that
think
up.
5. I have 5 that were in my list earlier this year that are on this list.
In top 10?
Yes. So 5 from my
Okay.
half year list maintained throughout the year and stayed on.
That
this
you
list.
might be the winner as far as that goes. Because I
That
think,
never happens.
I know that's why I'm actually impressed that's the case with you, because I don't want to spoil shit, but I mean, feel like I'm sure it's going to be high on your list. So that's one. And then this, I don't know the name of this, but
Stan Garigel, I don't know, Stangarigel. It's basically the dudes from Mallow Carpetan that I've had.
all right.
It's like an offshoot band of them.
Interesting.
I'm glad Ray went, oh yeah, I know that.
No, yeah, I remember that because last year I did like.
They've been on my list every year they put out an album.
Yeah.
Which is 2 or 3 times now. So
How long is this album?
I can tell you in one.
Is it a full
second.
length?
Yes.
Okay.
It wouldn't be on my list if it was not.
Oh, so we're all on that page, right? No
yeah,
EPs on the top 10?
No. I made a separate list for EPs.
All right, because there's 2 EPs that I listen to more. I have 2 EPs that I listen to more of than any other album. Like I listen to them more than I listen to anything else. And fucking, I thought they were gonna be full albums.
Yeah.
And then not.
Album is only 36 minutes.
Damn.
Well, I mean, outside of my like number one, pretty much every album I could have picked tonight was about that.
Yeah, I don't think I looked. I don't think anything I have is over. I would say 45 minutes at the most this year.
I'm actually in the later half. I actually might have, if you took, that's something we've never done. Like, we've never gotten into, like, really nerd statistics. But, I mean, we're always looking to add stupid shit to the shows because I come up with a lot of dumb shit. But, I mean, like, I've always wondered, I like analytics. I'm not a math brain, but, right, yeah. I think we all like that. Like, you bring up what we've done for the year or whatever, you know. So, like, I've always wondered, but yeah, I have. And now is the perfect time to bring it up is, like, let's take our top 10 and then calculate how many hours it is. Mm-hmm. Then, like, who has the most amount of hours for their top 10? You know what I mean? Like,
I think I looked, and I think every album's between 35 and 40 minutes.
So you guys have a lot of weird shit this year because I listened to a good chunk of what you guys. We all listen to a lot of the same stuff this year. Yeah. This is like I would say this is the year out of all of
Definitely
them.
The most crossover.
We seem to know a lot more of the same shit.
We have 3, right? Oh no, Summerlin didn't follow my. No, something you just played didn't follow my.
No, something definitely did.
No, I know, but there was one last that was gonna. High Command.
Yeah.
It didn't fall in my top 10.
It could have been.
If it would have been.
Yeah. Because when you said Summerlands, I went, nope.
Yeah.
Back that up a little bit.
Well, that almost didn't make it. That was like a last minute.
Dude, I'm telling you, we talked before the fucking mics went hot. Real talk.
Well,
we all went
like Clutch too.
Yeah, we all legitimately. I think we all can agree that if you ask us all this tomorrow, fucking 6 through 10 could all be different tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I really have another 20 or so.
Yeah.
Like that, all day long could have been. It was hard. It was very hard to pick it. The bottom 5 was way harder than the top 5, like by a lot.
I think if Summerlands would have been higher, if it was like, I listen to it more now than I did during the summer. If this was like dropped in like June.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't come out until late September.
I know, but if it dropped in the summer, it would have been
dude,
way up.
100%. Yeah. I mean, not just because of the name, but I mean, realistic because of the album. If this had
driving music.
Jesus Christ, man! If that album had come out in fucking August fucking 4th or whatever the fuck Friday the first 4th, you know, whatever that was, first Friday of August was. I mean, 100% would have been my top 5, if not higher.
Fucking windows down, driving, fucking on the highway music.
I'm looking at it like smoking a cigar music.
Yeah, that too.
You know, it really is. It's very, very good. And the fact that technically it came out the same day as that Sonya album is kind of wild. But like, again, theoretically, or not? I know not theoretically. That's not the right word. Because technically is because Sony dropped it 2 weeks early. Like, they just put it out, even though they were like, well, you know, we were supposed to put it out 2 weeks from now, even though that's when all of our pre-orders were supposed to happen. But we decided to just drop it on you now. That album was supposed to come out, I think, the 28th of that month, and then this album came out on whatever 2 weeks would have been before that. So 14th or 7th, right? Yeah, 14th. So, like, they both technically dropped on the 14th, but one wasn't supposed to come out until 2 weeks later. So, I heard the Sony album first, so when they first both dropped, I was more torn towards that one. And I do like that album a lot. It didn't end up making my top 10, which I'm actually surprised about. But that's how hard this was. Because it was fucking... I still listen to that album all the time. I actually might listen to that album more than Summerlands, but Summerlands does more for me. That makes sense?
Yep.
Right? Like, it's a better album. I mean, you know. Goddamn, we're fucking nerds.
All right, what do we got next?
Thank you, Steve. I was waiting for
I want to hit Taco Bell before fucking.
I want you guys to hit Taco Bell. Well, so we talked about the name of the album, the fact you've talked about that album before.
Yep.
Then it must have been Ray next.
Yeah, Ray's next.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Steve.
All right, let me get back.
These ones are always long, everybody, by the way.
Yes, they are.
And this one's not as long as it could have been because we're actually taking breaks in between. So for us, it's very long. We've been here for like 6 hours.
All right. Nice acoustic open with some organ in the background, some Peter Steele type deep spoken word vocals, and then it goes into like a higher pitch. Deathcore tone on the guitars, guttural vocals are cut and paste without taking away anything from the song, but the clean vocals are very good, as are the higher register screams. Progressive death metal musically, but without feeling robotic. I gave it a 2.5.
Cool.
I put softer open, but has a really cool build, and the kick-in is really nice. Has a very modern production compared to what Ray would normally listen to in his top 10. Like, more so, like, I feel like if we were doing a blindfold test, everybody would have thought that I would have picked this song. Right? Like, this... And what's funny is now, like, I haven't really been into this style of music for a while. It's almost As I Lay Dying-esque. But, like, the vocals are more black metal versus, like, deathcore, I guess. Yeah. But the clean vocals in this are fucking, like, spot on. So it feels very, like, 2005 to me. In a nice way. Actually, kind of a refreshing way. I put, anyways, I'm wondering if this is Revocation and or maybe Allegion. One of the two. Because I definitely listened to this album. Whatever this is, this year. I know this song. I just don't remember like where I heard it. The more the song went on, the more the hook happened. The more I went, oh, I definitely know the song, and it's pissed me off that I don't know what it is. So he's gonna fucking say it, and I'm gonna go, God damn it, that's what it was. Like I knew, you know what I mean? Like I fucking know it. Kind of like I know I didn't mean to drop your record earlier. I'm gonna fucking dwell on that for fucking 4 days now. That's the way my brain works, Steve. Thanks. 2.6. I liked it. I'm just the metalcore thing is hard for me because now anything that has that clean vocal pattern that this had, I just think is ripping off As I Lay Dying, which isn't not a dude. Rip them off all you want. I ain't fucking. I'm not hiring Ray to kill my wife.
Who dat?
Ed got it right on the second pick.
Allegion.
You got it.
Yeah, and it was one of the two.
This is A Beast in Worms. This is the second track.
That's a dope album.
This album's really good.
Yeah, that album's really good.
I was honestly playing where it was going to fit on my list, and it was hard to kind of like narrow it down, but it feels like it's the right place.
Dude, this came out early.
Yeah, February.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of February.
So the fact that, because we talked about this album earlier, I only listened to this because you brought
Did you
up
have
the
it on your
list.
list midway through?
I didn't. I know I played the track Vermin.
I know you've talked about him a few times,
Yeah.
but I didn't know if it was on your list.
I played Vermin a while ago. I think just around when this first came out. And I know you guys both popped for that. You guys both liked it.
Yeah, I remember liking that.
Yeah, this is a very progressive, death metal-ish, kind of like polished album. Worth a listen.
Yeah.
I want to grab this on vinyl. This is definitely one I want to pick up.
I don't know. Isn't this some form of a super group too? Like it's a culmination of a few different bands.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Yeah, you're probably right though.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
They just feel very polished to be not accomplished musicians, I guess is what I should say. I'm sounding very fucking bougie right now.
I think you sounded boozy, not
Boozy.
bougie.
Well, to be honest with you, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of the boozy bougie, but on top of that, I also just almost hiccuped like 4 times, so I'm fighting that down. So like my octaves keep on kind of going like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, yo, Patrick Bateman Bone. I fucking love this movie. I've met a lot of these kind of people in my life, and I hate them all. Anyways, yeah, I need to go back and listen to that album again because I liked it when it came out.
Doesn't seem like it's a super group, by the way. It's just dude.
Just
They,
a-
Just a
they've
bunch
been
of
around
dudes.
they have
since
6 albums
2010.
and a couple EPs and
Okay.
no names I recognize.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing was Ray talked about it early to me.
Yeah.
Not just on this podcast, but like to me, like me and him were like hanging out one day, and he's like, "Oh, have you fucked with the Legion yet?" I'm like, I don't even know what that is." Then I saw a couple reviews on it, and I went, "Well, that's weird." Like, can't say I pictured Ray to talk about fucking metalcore, you know. So for you to be that into that is really really odd to me, but it makes sense, I guess. But it's solid from what I remember hearing.
The
So
way
that-
the
I mean,
album is, it just fits. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they do all the right things.
Yeah,
like,
so, I mean, it's-
progressively.
what about 10 or 11 tracks? I think. Right?
Yeah, it's an hour long.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a solid album from what I remember. Good stuff, though. Is it? It's nice to hear you do stuff like it because, like, I don't expect that from you at all.
This year, instead of going one, or staying in kind of like my box of like stoner and shit like that, I don't know. I kind of branched out with like, I don't want to go dive into my other half of my list, but it's more, I want to say progressive / fucking heavy at the same time. But then like there's a mix of stuff that's not heavy at all. So
I tried to do that. I really did. Because again, after like number 2, it's all kind of interchangeable. So I tried to go, hey man, like what could use the bump if nobody's ever heard this before? You know, I mean, because they're the same. I might listen to one thing more, but like if I bring up fucking, I don't know. You name the fucking band. If I bring up a bigger name band from what we would consider bigger name band being, like, what are they gonna get from that? No more so than if, But a smaller band would, like they see the fucking the hit counts on their thing,
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. So good shit.
like a band that didn't make my list but almost made my list. I don't know. The new Ruby the Hatchet. That's fucking
They were
good.
on my larger list, but it didn't make
It's
my
good, but
10
it didn't
or
make
even 20.
the full cut.
Yeah. I have tons of shit like that
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year. I have more stuff like that than stuff I like fell in love with.
Yeah, like that Rosalie Cunningham early on was gonna
That
be
was your number one,
Now it doesn't even cut.
I
the
tried to
fucking-
listen to that and I couldn't get into it.
I like it in certain aspects, but as listening to it as a whole, it just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I want my main list to be like albums I could put on and just fucking put on.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't put an album on and just fucking listen to it A to B, then fucking it doesn't
Yeah.
belong on the list.
Yep.
Then suck my dick.
Yeah.
All right, last song. It's fairly obvious. We'll fucking do this and be
Yep.
able to pack it up.
Summerland's cool little keyboard melody. I hadn't heard that before without the headphones. This sounds to me like it should be on some Karate Kid soundtrack or something similar, some kind of similar movie. Like this track specifically, I'm like, this belongs on a
Very
fucking
80s.
soundtrack.
Yeah, I do agree.
The production on this album is top notch, as are the vocals and guitar playing. 2.7.
Summerland's more modern day 80s worship done right. 3.
Cool. It's obvious what this is. It's from Summerland's Dream Killer album.
Have you heard the whole album, right?
I've heard not the whole album entirely, but I've heard just from what I've seen on the
Heard at least 3 tracks from the podcast.
the review that I watched
Yeah.
with the chick from
You'd
fucking-
probably like it just because of all the leads and shit.
I mean, it's not.
like
it's,
I said,
it's
the
8
track
songs
that you
long.
played
It's not
almost
hard.
had like a Scorpions-esque
Yeah.
type of thing going on, and that was a little bit different.
That's my favorite.
But,
That,
like-
legitimately, Edge of the Knife is my favorite song in the album.
Is that
Like,
the one
by a lot?
that the girl did where she said it sounds like Priest?
No,
No.
that's Night Ride.
Night Ride.
That Night Ride sounds like Turbo Lover.
All right. Yeah.
Like it even like kicks in like dun 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 dun. Like it,
Yeah.
I almost played that. The only reason why I didn't play that is because Edge of the Knife was my favorite song. I had that
watched
listed.
The Machinist the other day, and it's just funny seeing fucking Christian Bale with actually like some fucking
Neon in his bones, yeah.
yeah.
I didn't play that. When I knew I had to switch my song because I wasn't not going to play a song from Summerlands, I honestly just went with what was the best short song, which was this song is called Force of a Storm. There are better songs on the album.
Yeah.
It's only 8 songs long. There's not a lot to pick from, but
There's nothing bad on it, though.
no, nothing's skippable.
When was their last album?
That was in
2018?
my top, whatever year it came out. Have you guys gone back and listened to that?
No,
actually
but
think
I
it's better.
remember really liking
A lot of people say that.
their first album.
It's different. It's not. It's 80s, but it's a different kind of 80s, and it's a different vocalist, so it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's awesome. I have that one. I have that one on vinyl too. I think I definitely had it in my top, probably top 5 or whatever year it came out.
I need to listen to that. Like, I need to listen to early Zealand Arbor now. And, like, there's Ardor, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot I need to listen to, like, early on that I just haven't had an opportunity to. But this album hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. Jesus Christ. This one surprised the shit out of me because, like, the weekend it came out the same, again, with Sonia. Or whatever, however. I pronounce it Sonia.
Yeah, I think that's how it's said.
I really enjoy that album. But for me, it was one or the other with this and that one.
Yeah.
And the one I listened to the most is this one.
Yeah,
But-
Sonya's more moody. This
Yeah.
is kind of like you need to throw it on.
Yeah. I for sure agree with that. I also think with the short amount of time, considering they came out on the same day, as far as like being able to listen to them on Spotify, this one was the one that I went, oh, what the fuck? Like I didn't know much about either one, but I heard reviews about it, both of them, and I think what's gonna grow with me longer term, I actually think might be Sonia if I can see them live. 'Cause I don't know if I'll ever see Summerlands live. I don't. As far as I know, they don't really tour because it is
Yeah, I
kind of
don't
a
think
super
so.
group.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer. Where Sony's like, they're touring all the time. The problem is they don't leave fucking Philadelphia. So like, if they decide to start coming up this way, like Ralph seems like a really good place for
They'll
them.
get on a fucking as a secondary band with some minor major headliner kind
Yeah.
of band or something like that.
Well, my fear is well, I mean, we're what, 4 hours in it?
Almost.
so we're deep in this episode. If you're this far in, let's just be real, folks. In Philadelphia, there's still a culture of show your vaccine to walk into a concert.
Yeah.
Kind of people. And like that hasn't been a thing for a year and a half. Like in mainstream. So like why are small bands still doing that? And unfortunately, that was even an issue up here recently with a couple bands that we all like. High Command being one of them. And it's not the band, because all the other fucking 5 shows in that time frame were fine. But one show really close to here was
Or
like,
the promoter
but like,
or the venue.
that's just, at this point, man,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? So it hurts me, even if the band has nothing to do with it. It still makes me go, man, at this level, you do have a voice.
Yeah.
Like you really do. It's not like Metallica where like you have no other choice. Like you're either gonna play Gillette Stadium or you're not. And if you're not gonna play it, guess what? You're not gonna make any money. You know what I mean? Like these they're playing in people's fucking basements, dude. And like they're still subjected to fucking like, oh, you have to show a proof of vaccination. Like, come on. Like, just 2 years into this, and whenever the fuck this comes out, if it comes out tomorrow, it's still gonna feel the same. Come on. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I follow the lead singer of Sonia on Instagram because I want to follow the band because I like them a lot. And they post up shows all the time. And like, there's been like 2 or 3 where they have hints of that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I get being cautious. Look, man, if you want to wear a mask, whatever.
Be honest.
Whatever.
Knowing what we know about the band, we also know they're more than likely left wing.
Yeah, but again, because of the other shows that band plays, I don't think it's them.
Oh, you don't think so?
No. I think it's just that I think it's Philly. Like, I know people in Philly. Joe Walsh, hey, what's up, bud? Like, I know, like, and it's not just him. It's
It's just a cultural thing
Well,
at this point.
Philly's one of the last like East Coast hardcore
Yeah.
hubs. So like there have been hardcore shows, and unfortunately, a lot of the hardcore scenes on that side of the fence.
Yeah.
And they're very like they won't. They're not very gray, which the hardcore I grew up with was.
Yeah.
So like, or that's how it felt to me when I was growing up with it. So to hear certain people that like in bands that I really respect say things, sometimes I'm like, ah.
I agree.
But I like the music, so music is subjective, right? So just like art. But anyways, I like Sony a lot. The reason why Sony fell out of my top 10, they're not in my top 10, spoiler alert, is simply because of the fact that in the short amount of time that both of them have been out, this album, I can't stop hitting this album.
Yeah, this has
Like a play button.
unlimited playability.
I agree.
Sonya is like, I gotta be in the mood.
I agree. And I think Sonya overall was the bigger surprise of an album for me. But this is the one that, now I'm hiccuping, of course.
Yeah, because that one came out of nowhere. Like, people didn't even know the story of why she got kicked out originally.
Correct.
It didn't really come out until the album came out.
Right. And then all of a sudden you have this, you went from like being a lead guitarist in a black metal, like an underground black metal band, a big one at that.
Yeah.
Well, for what that is,
Yeah.
to like, wait, all of a sudden, and she's in 2 bands. She's got an actual black metal band. I don't know if you knew that or not,
No.
but it's not coming out till early next year. But there's like demos, and it's fucking like black metal, you know. So, you know, the chops are there. It's what you make of it. I just look at it like it's rock and roll, and I'm telling you right now, like as far as like again, this goes back to like if I were to pick a top 5 songs, I'll be honest with you, like Sony's Nylon Nights would probably make my top 5. Where I don't know if Edge of the Night would. I mean, it should, but like, which one would I pick? They're both like, top 5 contender. You know what I mean? So if I had like a top 6, they both would make it. But like, which one do I pick?
Right.
Nylon Nights, I've listened to a fucking ton. That song is their fucking song. Like I can't wait to see that live at Ralph's.
I think they made a video for that one,
They
right?
did.
Yeah.
It's very good too. Oh, speaking of which, shit, man, Savage Master. Speaking of a fucking band that didn't make my top 10, but should have or could have.
They're close.
That album's fucking great. I actually do prefer their 2019 album, I believe, but way more. So I think that's my issue with it. But they're coming to the Stormbringer. Is that what that is? Stormbringer? No. The same one that Riot City was at this year. The Ralph's Festival, like Power Metal Festival.
I don't know what the name of it is.
It's Storm something.
Where's that?
Ralph's.
Oh, is that right? Oh, the one that was a ridiculous amount of money last year?
Yeah. Like an early Savage Master was just announced for that. An early
I
announcement.
haven't seen that at all. I didn't know they were doing it again.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not till like April, May next year. But Savage Master was just named, I think, like the 4th band announced.
I think they play around here pretty regularly.
We talked about that, I think, a couple times on the show, but
Yeah.
I don't know where they're from, so I don't know, you know, how the logistics of them getting up here.
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
That Savage Master album this year was very good. Very, like, really fucking up there for me. I listened to that album a lot when it came out. But again, there was a block of like late August to like early October that a chunk of albums came out, and it was just you decide which ones you want to listen to.
Yeah.
And Sonya and fucking Summerlands really took over in that period, and Summerlands took the fucking cake because I mean it really comes down to the Judas Priest thing for me, really, more than anything else. While Steve's looking up the Savage Master thing, I mean, shit, we got through quite a bit. It's a long episode. We knew it was gonna be long.
Kentucky.
Yeah, close to the East Coast.
Semi-close.
Yeah, East Coast adjacent.
Yeah.
Fun one. This might be. I mean, I'd have to go back and actually listen to the last couple of top 10s that we've done, however we've done them. But this might be the most eclectic.
It's gonna get more eclectic. I can tell you at the
Yeah,
second half of the
I have. Yeah, I think we're all. Yeah, my top 5 is gonna be pretty fucking all over the place. Even if you know some of them or you think you do, you're still gonna go wait. Like that follows what you know. It's so follow along, and then maybe
Just
we'll
makes
make
it more interesting.
Yeah.
maybe we can make. Maybe I'll spearhead this one because I'm the guy that's always like the fucking idea guy, but I don't follow through because I just assume everybody else is gonna fucking do it for us. But maybe I'll spearhead putting together our top 30 playlist, maybe because that would be kind of a cool thing. Maybe that's what we should do because it doesn't matter whether we voted it or not. Like I think our top 30 songs that we played in this should just get its own playlist.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of samesies, by the way, guys. Hate to tell you because we've already played
We've had a couple.
6
we
of the
played
same
different
album,
tracks.
right? So me and Steve played both Summerlands. Me and you played
both
Clutch.
Yeah.
So there's
There's
Played,
there's 4. Yeah,
we
it's
both
4.
played something else too.
Did you?
I mean, you talked about something.
Yeah.
High Command.
Yeah, High Command almost made
Yeah.
yours.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised that it didn't make.
It was right there battling for number 10.
Okay, Steve Ray just kind of looked at me funny, so maybe it's gonna make his top 5 somehow. No, sorry, it's not. Did you listen to that album at all?
I listened to a couple tracks. Excuse me. Like I said, the one that most notably, I can't even talk.
Notably, yeah, you were there.
The acoustic, the intro has an acoustic track to it. The one I like the most. I put that on like a possible breakdown of 2020.
Is that the 12-minute song, the last song?
It might be.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Spires of whatever the fuck it is. That album, that's the closing song in that album.
Whatever
is
you
the
played
fucking
tonight,
song.
I liked a lot, and I didn't even know it was them until you told me. So
Yeah, Fortified by Blood. This album's fucking great.
yeah.
Spoiler alert, everybody. That band's gonna be the next big thing.
Yeah.
Like they already kind of are, but like for sure. Fucking Joe Walsh hit me the other day. He was like, "This new album's fucking amazing." I'm like, "Dude, I've seen them 5 times. Like we're fucking like we're in the hub. We get to see them whenever the fuck we want. Like we just missed the show.
Yeah.
They were at the Middle East, like a last minute show because fucking Fuming Mouth, Mark Whelan is Peter's leukemia.
Yep. Oh, they played there too.
Yeah, unannounced. It was a Friday. And it was they named it something hardcore, American hardcore, or something like that. But it was essentially just so Fuming Mouth could play.
I propose that we do our Spotify rap next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 100% on that. I'm ready to.
Boy wants some Taco Bell.
Your boy wants to go to bed. It's 1:37. Jesus Christ. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.